And here we go. Hello, it's Friday. Oh my God, how quick did this week come around, folks? I'm not joking. 1 minute, right? 1 minute, right? I am busy working, doing this for the channel, doing that for the channel, releasing this video, releasing that video. And then, before you know it, it's Friday again. I'm not joking, folks. And I'm doing a new role at the moment. Whew, London. I don't know where all you lovely people are out there in the world, but it is baking here in London. Absolutely baking here in London. Anyway, I've got a load of peeps in the green room who's equally as hot as well in more ways than one, believe me. And of course, it's not always about them. It's not about me, really. I'm just here doing my thing. I'm just hosting. It's all about you lovely people out there, out in Chatland. It's great to have you here, folks. Let's have a look and see who's out there. Oh, we've got a new Super Toad's out there, folks. He's got a new avatar. I almost didn't recognise him there. Good to see you, Super Toad. We've got the Lego Porg. Hello, mate. Thanks for all your support on Instagram. We've got Rogue Runner out there as well in the chat. He'll be here in a minute, folks. Don't you worry about that. We've got Dog Lover 33. Good to have you here, Dog Lover. I appreciate that, my friend. Got Take Carb Studios. Good to have you here as well. Who else we got out there? And we've got the Daily Brick. Lovely to have you here, the Daily Brick. And a Tease for Life, who's almost the first one in tonight, but we just picked at the post by the Lego Porg. Well, anyway, folks, you know how it is. It's all about the community. Do check out each other's channels. Brick Allen's out there as well. Do check out his. He does some good stuff. And of course, do check out the people that I'm going to have on tonight, folks. But anyway, so it's Friday. I hope you guys are all okay where you are. It is absolutely steaming. Is it all hot where you are, folks? Because he's absolutely baking here in London. I know that much. A Tease. I believe you're over in Ireland, aren't you? Is it warm over there at the moment? We've got Simon Moss in the house as well. He's saying, hi, everyone. It must be Friday again. It is indeed. London calling. I kind of want it to be synonymous with Fridays, folks. I hope you feel the same as well. Hey, Chef T, all the way from good old America. Good to have you here, mate. It's lovely to see you there. Anyway, and we've got Brick Sloth as well. Sorry, Brick Sloth, I nearly missed you there. And Mama's Bricks. Great to have you here. Honestly, folks, it amazes me the amount of people that pop by to say hello on a Friday night. It's very much appreciated, especially in this weather as well at the moment. God, everyone's kind of got their head out the window at the moment, trying to keep cool and calm and collected. But anyway, talking of cool, calm, and collected, I think it's probably about time we get some people on, don't you? Anyway, someone who is synonymous with being very relaxed, full of zen. He's, of course, the man with a van. He is Solo Brick Builder.
Hello there. Yes, hello. Hello, everybody. How's everyone doing? Thank you again, Greg, for having me on your channel.
Mate, you are always welcome on the channel. You know that. We love having you here. I think you've practically been on, I would say, 85% of all my streams. Not just good old London calling, but I would say like a big, massive percentage of them.
It's been a big chunk of them, and it's been a hell of a lot of fun. I've had a lot of laughs over this.
I love you being on it. I really do, and I hope you girls and boys out there do as well. Let's adjust this around a little bit. I've got a lighting system here. Look at that, a lighting system that's actually beckoning me to come down on me. But there we go. There's a little bit of adjustment there. There we go. I don't feel like honestly, folks, you know it's hot because of the sun and the weather and everything like that. I'm not joking. I've got a light here. I've got a light there. I've got a light here, light there, and a light there. And I'm telling you, folks, right? I come out. I have to put some factor 25 on when I do a stream with you guys and girls out there, because I tell you what, I get a tan. Honestly, I've got white bits just because because all these blooming lights, they're baking me. Honestly,
I got the ultimate lights.
I do, honestly, Darren. I have to turn around like this just to make sure I get like
to get it even.
They get it even on the sides. No one likes strap marks, do they? Anyway, someone who definitely doesn't like strap marks goes by. Well, how can I put it, mate? You think he sounds a bit scared because his name's Brick in it. But of course he isn't really, folks. He's the lovable Chris, a.k.a. Brick in it. How you doing, mate?
Yeah, not bad, mate. I was going to say, you guys are on about getting a suntan. I have to then put a parasol over my head or I'll get sunburned with all the lights.
Ladies and gentlemen, the curse of having fair skin. It really is.
Being a ginge. It's not just hair, you have everything else that goes with it.
Are you a G? I would have said, because my wife is a redhead as well. If you notice the wallpaper behind us all tonight, it's all rather red. I thought I'd go. I knew it was going to be burning hot here tonight, folks. So I thought, throw some red in there, make it look a little bit more Sith-like and red hot. But yeah, no, it's good to have you here, my friend. But yeah, like I say, my wife's a redhead, but I
was very, very red about a year ago, and I'm going grey. I think that's why it looks more blonde.
Oh, right. All right. We'll call it strawberry blonde for the sake of sociability and not losing sight. And anyway, let's get some more people on. We still got 3 more people to come, girls and boys. Honestly, okay. Let's bring in the next man. Now, this man, ladies and gentlemen, is the kind of, he is like the Venator class of all things Lego Disney. He is, of course, the Rogue Runner.
Hello, and as General Grievous was the first to say, hello there. How are you doing?
Was he really?
He was the first.
No.
General.
Oh, okay, I suppose in canon he actually used, because Obi-Wan Kenobi.
On the Malevolent, he says, hello there, when they trap Obi-Wan.
Hello there.
Well, that is
There's your Star Wars fact for the day.
Yeah, very good. I like that. I do like a Star Wars fact. And I tell you another fact, ladies and gentlemen. The what's that boat called? The Shipboat Willie or something like that?
Yes, Willie.
Steamboat Willie.
Steamboat Willie. He's in a sale at the moment in Hamleys of all places, 10% off.
Ooh.
Nice.
Yeah, very good.
Brilliant set. My favourite set, in fact, so I recommend it.
It is indeed. Okay. Well, let's move on, shall we? Very, very quickly, because I want to bring in the other 2 fantastic people. This lad, he's a good lad, and he's a very good designer as well. He is ultimately the stud of the YouTube Lego community, and there is absolutely nothing, and I mean nothing, generic about him. He is, of course, generic stud.
Hello everybody. I apologise if my mic is really quiet. I've tried to sort it, but I don't know if it... Does it sound any better?
A little bit better, mate. Yeah,
a little bit better. We can hear you, mate. It just sounds like you're a little bit further away from it, but you sound fine. He sounds all calm and collected, folks, honestly. He was here about half an hour, not half an hour ago, he was about 2 minutes ago. We're all going crazy. We're like, oh, what do I plug this into? And all this sort of stuff. It's good fun, it is. Anyway, talking of good fun, this young man recently hit 100 subscribers, but now he's moving on quite swiftly through the hundreds, quite nicely. He is the GTR of the Lego community. He is, of course, Brixo Studios.
Hello, hello, hello.
Hey, mate.
Hello.
Hello, Brixo.
Hello.
How you doing? Look at that.
I'm doing well. I'm sweltering.
Indeed. Are you managing to keep cool?
Yes, I am. Yeah, I got my fan there.
I have no fan. I just have my door open with windows open in with it. That's it. Even though it's so warm, I'm not joking. It looks like there's going to be some massive thunderstorm out there at the moment. It really
yeah.
Yeah,
it's predicted. I think.
I think it is predicted as well. It certainly was.
Yeah.
Giving it some large thunderstorms out there at 3 o'clock this morning. I tell you. Anyway, let's have a quick look at the chat, because this is what this is all about. This is what I get excited about, folks. Yeah, I love the fact that it's Friday, but it's all about the celebration of Lego peeps like you girls and boys out there. We've got Raptus out there, Raptus of Dathomir. Raptus, if you changed your name slightly now, it's Darth Raptus before even. Sith ignites lightsaber. Ooh, I like that. It's a nice action there. We've got Mrs. Bricking It in the house, folks. She's saying, hi, Simon Moss. And we've got Ben's Brick Designs. I love that name. I really do. It says, only a ginger can call another ginger. Fair enough. Does that mean we can call them gingers? But,
Not you, that's a naughty word.
Ginger. Yeah. It sounds like it's got caught in your throat. It's like saying ginger. When you've got like a frog stuck in your throat, you're like ginger. Love it. We've got Super Toe 12. I love that name. Super Toe.
That is cool.
Next, do you know, I remember back in the day, this is going back into Marvel Comics, there was a version of Thor. Correct me if I'm wrong here, folks. This was like early 90s, maybe 93, something like that. There was a frog. There's a frog that was Thor. Yeah.
Oh, yes.
And it was so well drawn as well. But anyway, folks.
Pretty cool.
It was really cool. The art was fantastic then as well. It is good now. Is it what, sorry?
Did you ever play Battletoads?
I haven't played. I played.
I'd look at that.
What was that Toad game back in the day?
Yeah, Battletoads. That's what it was. Yeah, where they look like the turtles. They're like a really bad version of the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles.
Oh, did it? Oh, very cool, very cool. Anyway, what games did you guys and girls out there used to play anyway? Let's have a look, shall we? Let's have a look. Who's out there as well? Let's have a look. Lego Paul, you're saying, hey, Rogue Runner, lots of love out there. The Lego Paul, General Kenobi, must be talking about hello there. And we've got Crazy Kendu 101 in the house as well. Anyway, great to have you here, folks. Let us know, give us some questions. Brickenick needs loads of questions because he's trying to build things at the moment. Actually, he looks like he's trying to apply stickers there to something. Look at that. Okay, I tell you what, Chris, that's probably a nice little segue into telling us. Let me ask this question, Chris. Why are you applying stickers to that Jaguar?
Because I didn't finish it from our L2M last week. So me and Greg you've got the video coming out, haven't we? Is it on Sunday, Greg, or Monday?
Oh, I have, yes. You need to film it first, young Christopher.
Yes, exactly. So obviously,
we're not that professional, folks.
so we're going to use this to put the stickers on, ready for the review. But as you know, I'm not very good with stickers. So yeah, we'll use yours for the close-ups, I think.
Oh, anyway, it's good to hear. I must say, I am liking your T-shirt, my friend. Is that a bit of BB-8 actually?
Yeah, it's in the pocket. Yeah, for BB-8.
That's pretty cool.
Seeing as I had
So I guess my important follow-up question that I think must be addressed is, Chris, where is BB-8? Who is BB-8? And why is BB-8? Discuss.
Oh, blimey. All of a sudden we've gone very deep.
Very good
There's a bit of Marvel reference in there.
Yeah,
I got
shout
that
out if
one.
you know the reference.
Yeah.
I got that one.
As well.
Good old Drax the Destroyer. Love him.
Yeah, so
Yeah,
I'm
best.
building a vignette tonight, folks. I'm going to be building. Here we go. Here's the box. Here's the box. I'm going to endeavour, girls and boys, to build this tonight. Look at that. Woohoo!
The Death Star.
See, I like this theme. And I'll tell you why I like this. This is a theme, folks. This is a theme, believe it or not. This is a theme because Star Wars have brought out several of these now, haven't they, Darren?
Yes, they have.
But they've got these little vignettes that come together. And they are rather cool, folks. They're rather good. Let me show you about it. I'm getting messages left, right, and centre from people at the moment. It's fantastic. Look at that. Look. What a lovely little set. I'll tell you what, folks. Cheap as chips, this set.
Quite nice.
Interestingly enough, in the last year, we've now got Death Star Escape, Death Star Cannon, and now the Death Star Final Duel in the space of a year.
Where would we be, Rogue Runner?
Mm-hmm.
Out the Death Star, eh? Think if we took the Death Star out of Lego, how many Lego sets would that actually remove? Oh, there's a question.
We've got 3 Death Star UCS sets, a Death Star Planet set, 2 Death Star Final Duels, Death Star Escape, Death Star Cannon Battle Pack, quite a few.
Yeah.
Right. Oh, and the Juniors set, of course.
Well, we've got some excitement going on over there, folks.
Your little solo.
Quite a lot of, Death Star sets.
We nearly had a drop test there of adult proportions, folks.
Don't talk
Anyway.
about that.
Well, I'm going to. Girls and boys out there in the chat. Girls and boys out there in the chat. All 30 of you watching, which is absolutely balmy on a balmy Friday, folks. Believe me. Throw us some questions. What are you up to? What are you building at the moment? What do you want to build? What are you waiting to come through the post from Bricklink at the moment, eh? Because I tell you what, folks, I went out today in Bolton, so I didn't go out anywhere and buy it. I just clicked online and purchased it. I bought myself my first real proper train set. I mean, how crazy is that?
Nice.
Well, yeah, it was not a bad deal. Not a bad deal. It retails in Lego.com for £120. I got myself the Intercity. And
Nice.
it is. It's a nice one. It retails for £120, which is bloody loads of money for a Lego set. But I managed to pick it up for
93, okay.
Yeah.
Is that £93?
That's pretty good.
Yeah, because apparently Who would know about trains here? Who knows about trains?
A little bit.
We need Brett's builds.
And Brett's builds. Yeah, where is he? Is he in yet? Is Brett builds?
Yeah, where is he?
Yeah, where are you, Brett? I'm going to message him and say, wait, where are you? Whenever I think of Lego train sets, I do genuinely think of Brett straight away because it's kind of him that's kind of forced my arm on this, but he gave me a heads up on the price. But yeah, I know Bricknet knows. So I'm going to be, as part of sort of building New London, as I've kind of called it now, I'm going to be needing a train set for it. So I kind of went out and bought that one. But I believe, Brixo, that the power, even the power functions for it are worth something like £60.
The hub's 40, and then the track.
Oh yeah, they're insane.
Like 20 quid, yeah.
Yeah, it's quite a bit.
Cool.
Quite a
Are
bit.
they still on back order on the Lego website, or?
The
Everything seems to be on back order
Right,
at the moment with them. We've got Brick Buds in the house. Hello, mate. Good to see you. We've got Moto. Hello, Moto.
Hello, Moto.
I always pause after I say it because I always know someone else is going to say it as well, which is bloody awesome, I tell you, folks.
We have a special request in the chat from Mrs. Brickinet, who kindly requests Chris not to drop this set after the L2M stream at the weekend.
This is true. That was a funny moment. It really was. It really was. Because I tell you what, folks, I'd love to have seen the mess on the floor, but we wasn't allowed to have that, was we?
What happened was I hadn't realised what it was. I had a big pint of juice as well that it knocked over, and I hadn't seen that afterwards. So that also
sticky juice and Lego, folks.
Never works.
No, it wasn't the nicest.
So Dual Face Productions says, he goes on to say that the old power functions are better. What are the old power functions?
They're way better.
The old ones had like wires, whereas the new ones are more Bluetooth. That's the main difference.
Yeah. That's the most reason why they're so expensive, because of the Bluetooth.
I see. Well, that's probably why, folks, that the fantastical looking Super Mario sets coming out are quite expensive.
Yes, Bluetooth, yeah. So I'm not sure if it affects longevity of how long these parts last, like the hub and the motors especially, which I think are quite important, of course. So that's yet to be seen. But yeah, it's a big Bluetooth.
It's very cool. It's very good. I got a message today from StreamYards. I've actually just got it again. Actually, it just popped up. It appears that they now support streaming via your iPads.
I got that as well. Yeah.
Yeah, I actually got that as well. Literally just got that.
I still think it'll be a thing where the newer the phone, the better. So an iPhone 12, etc. They'd probably be the best for streaming. Whereas like an iPhone 8 or 7, 6, 5 might not be as effective.
Right.
Okay, Martin's saying, and you don't need a smart device. You can hook up more motors. Oh, sorry. Yeah, I thought he was talking about StreamYard.
Yeah.
So with the StreamYard, I know it's notoriously difficult to go on it on your phone because it's not compatible with a lot of different phones. So I wonder if that's something they're going to try and fix. Because it says a lot of times oh, your camera is blocked or whatever when you try and join.
It's also not that. It's just also I'd go on my phone on StreamYard, to join a stream, and it would crash within seconds.
Right, got you.
Everything would be lagging. The audio would be okay, but there'd be no video feed.
Yeah.
So actually, I can't say I've had too much problems streaming from StreamYards. Don't think I have anyway. I think when I use my my Apple AirPods, there's definitely a lag in voice there. I think that's when I was streaming with you and Doc Greg. I think I used them once and it didn't turn out that well.
Yeah, no, it's okay. It's just was you using your Wi-Fi network or was you using your cellular network?
No, I always use Wi-Fi. If I'm at home, I use Wi-Fi. But
you turn your mobile network off.
No, my mobile network's always on. But to be fair, it shouldn't affect it too much.
Yeah, but it will. You see, if you turn off your mobile network, you eliminate the fact of your phone trying to hop on. So what happens is when someone sends you a text message or a text message, it's just a text message. What generally happens is it comes via the cell network, and then that for a moment you're dropping onto the cell network, and then you're popping back on again. And I tell you what,
it's awkward as hell streaming from your phone anyway, because it just takes one little tap of the button up in the top right hand corner, or something like that, and poof, you're off. You've lost. You're out of the stream altogether. It's not the best.
Yeah.
They need to kind of sort that out.
Yeah, Brick Slice said, I couldn't stay connected because the lag kept timing out. Yeah, it's horrible when that happens, that is. We've got CB Bricks in the house. Hey, CB Bricks, how you doing, my friend? Hope you're keeping well. We've got Brick Bud saying, sorry, got to go. But you're nice to see you all. Always amazing. Bye for now. Yeah, take care, Brick Bud. Nice to see you, mate. It really is.
So has anyone picked up anything on the VIP reward center with all the new things on there?
There's only one on there, isn't there?
Yes, there is.
I think there's more
about it. Tell me all about it.
So today, it was like a thing that we kind of knew was going to happen, but they've put like old promos on the Lego VIP store that you can buy with points, and it's only the like VIP store like little polybag thing that's on there for 500 points. And I'm kind of wondering. I thought it was the 27th that they were meant to come out, so maybe the rest of the promos are coming out tomorrow.
Yeah, because I told Chris that. I was talking to Chris about that the other day.
Strange.
So what happened, Generic? Have they sold out of it already then?
I don't know. I managed to get on quite early, but I'll have a look right now. So the issue is that you have to pay postage with it, and you have to pay a minimum of $2.99 because you actually have to buy something and get it as a gift with purchase. Which so
just get one of the poly bags.
Yeah, that's what I did.
Hey, let me know out there, folks, in the chat and then the panel as well. What do you think of the VIP system? Because I find it very disconnected.
Yes.
Really
so right now there's that old Lego VIP Iconic set, which was the little Lego store and the VIP like buildable car.
Rogue and Generic, if you want to share your screens tonight to show us around stuff that you're looking at, feel free to, mate.
Yeah, sure. I've got. Yeah, I think it is still available. I've just got it up on my phone here. You can still redeem it. You can't really see my screen, but it's 500 points, which is I thought it was going to be like 1,000 for it, but I think 500 is a pretty reasonable price to get.
I think the fountain set is going to be the one that's like 1,000 probably, because that was a more kind of hard to get promo. And I think it has more pieces. I don't know, but because it's a box thing, I just presume that's going to be more just because it's fancy.
Yeah, that VIP poly bag is a bit meh. Yeah, I've got it. It's okay. The VIP Lego store with the dragon that comes out the side of the wall. Yeah, it's okay, but it comes in the poly bag.
I mean, you get too many figures. You get a full Lego
you get too many. Yeah, it's pretty cool, but I mean, spending 500 points on it and plus you're posting the packaging on top of it.
Yeah, that's expensive.
I don't know, man. I don't think it's that worth it, to be honest. Yeah.
Right. I mean, to be honest, I just like the little prints of the Lego sets. So, in the actual shop, there's quite a few like Lego sets as prints, and also the pick-a-brick wall is very cool. But I can see where you're coming from, because how much is 500 points in currency? I'll try and have a look if I can.
It's less than £5, I think. It's £5 is 800.
Yeah, £5. Yeah, like 900 or 1,000.
That's a spend of 50 quid, isn't it? No, it's £100, isn't it? It's £100.
Something like that, yeah.
It's £3 and 12 pence.
Yeah.
£3 13 pence around.
Is that including postage?
Well, no. I mean, postage.
Because
my postage was like £3. So it's like you're not really getting a good deal on it. But if you want the set, then you should do it. I feel it's kind of terrible that postage isn't included. I'd almost rather that the amount of points you had to spend was more, but you got free postage with it, because it's like it's not really a reward. You're still having to pay.
Yeah. So.
Well, you could just spend 50 quid.
So £5 of points is 800 points. So
it's the
£3. But yeah, like if you're getting it for £3, that's a poly bag price end of the day. So it's
and it is larger than a poly bag.
I think it's a fair deal. I think it's more of a case of if there's no promo available and you missed out on a promo and you want to get it, I think it's a nice opportunity to get a promo you can't get right now. Rather than there just being nothing. Or say you're not a Star Wars fan right now, because there's the Star Wars cards, £55 I think on Star Wars.
Don't get me started. No.
Those are so bad.
So I think it's a cool thing.
God, that nearly started a fight. Then I could even hear Generic there going.
Hey, Brett's pills in the chat.
Brett.
Shocking.
Oh, we were just talking about you, and he's just
Yeah,
appeared.
trains.
Oh, we were just talking about trains, Brett. Good to see you, mate. Brett says, I was sitting on a mountain and I heard a whisper through the breeze. He said, Brett, London calling needs you. So here I am. Very beautifully put, Brett. I'm very impressed. I like it. Very eloquent, if I say so. Anyway, Brett, just so you know, mate, I took up your advice the other day, and I actually, I did a little bit of shopping around for that particular train set, and I managed to get it for a few quid cheaper from Amazon. So I've got a big train set coming. I believe it's going to be on Sunday, and it's the Intercity one, folks. That's the one I went for. So yeah, very excited about that. I might even build it, actually. I mean, I was going to keep it ready for my city, but I don't know. Maybe I'll review it, do a speed build on it. I don't know what, really. Have you ever, has anyone in the panel ever reviewed a train set before?
Yeah.
Nope.
No, I can't say I have.
Chris.
I
You have Chris?
reviewed that train, Greg.
Sorry?
I reviewed that train.
Oh, you did that train, did you? Oh, okay, cool. I'll have to watch that. That's one to watch, folks.
I saw the that train that if we're talking about the same one, it's like the is that the like one that looks like? Did you get it for £90? You said, was that the?
Yeah, it's like blue and yellow.
Right, yeah.
This
I saw
one.
it for got it. Yeah, I saw it for like £64 a couple of weeks ago on Argos.
Whoa.
Oh yeah, I saw that.
So like it goes on sale quite a lot on Argos. So if you want to get another one and have them like back to back, that might be a good shout to.
Yeah, I think Chris didn't
back
you
to
do
get the
that?
whole train.
Yeah.
Yeah, because it
I
doesn't have back carriage. It has. It's nice. It comes with one front carriage and two. So if you buy two, you can have a really long train. Whereas usually with the older one, you had to buy two sets, then you had two front and backs, which made no sense. So
Yeah, I will definitely get another one of it, but I'll wait until it goes into that super cheap mode.
Yeah.
It's been out now for I think like 3 years, maybe 2-3 years now.
2 or 3.
no, I think that's the cargo train. I don't think the passenger train's been out as long.
Right. Okay.
I think it might have been one of the first power-ups though. So it depends how long. I
It
mean,
was one of the, because I think they came out together. I think they usually release them together.
maybe it did. I might be wrong.
Right.
Look it up now.
Maybe wrong.
August 1st, 2018 was the passenger train.
Yeah.
So yeah, 2 years.
You're right. Yeah, 2 years.
Really?
They usually last a while. So
Chris, how often do they come out with new ones?
No idea, mate. This is the first train I've ever bought, other than the Christmas train.
Really? I fancy that Christmas train. I've got to say, it does look good. I'd be interested to know, folks, you lot out there, what do you think of the trains? Do you collect trains? Do you like trains? And did you get the Christmas train? Let me know if you've got train sets and have you got a train station. I tell you what I did find today, folks, because I had terrible trouble on the trains today, talking to trains, going into London Bridge. Anyway, I ended up coming to a different platform. Lo and behold, as luck would have it, I'm going to put this on Big View. Lo and behold, I found a model of London Bridge Station. So, check this out, right? Look at this for a model. Look at that.
oh wow,
Nice.
That's pretty.
Yeah,
That's pretty
In
cool.
case anyone doesn't realise, that big tower thing there, that's called the Shard. That is. Let me just see if I've got another shot. Yeah, here we go. So this is it here. Look at that, folks. Look at that.
oh, very cool.
That's
Now I could
amazing.
use references from that and maybe use that and include it in the city. How about that? That'd be quite cool, wouldn't it?
It's brilliant.
Really?
Nice stuff.
Anyway, watch this
Nice.
space, folks. Watch this space.
Nice. Awesome. Very cool. Very
I'm trying
cool.
to think
So,
now
yeah,
whether I actually ever reviewed a train. I know I've got the Christmas train, but I don't know whether I've ever done it or not. I really can't remember.
Have you sold it yet, Darren? Because you normally buy and sell things very quickly.
No, it's my missus one, so I don't dare sell it.
yeah.
But it's part of our Christmas decorations as well. So
But Mrs. Brick in it as well. I know for a fact she loves the Christmas Lego stuff. She
you
really
just
does.
mentioned the chat about
Yeah,
having
it's very
got
not
the
mine.
train.
It's not my train. Because she's got the Christmas train station as well, which I think is a separate set, if I remember rightly.
Rogue, have you bought the Disney one?
probably.
If I bought a Disney train, no.
Expensive, yeah.
I'd like it, but if I'm honest, I look at the castle, which is the same price. And whilst I love this, it's a lovely set. You get Goofy. I love the station. You know, I can't justify $299.99 on it. So
It's only because of those power
$299.99.
functions.
Yeah, so I like if I get some VIP points, I'd use it on that. But yeah, I'd love to get it. But I just look at the castle and the station and
Yeah, Rogue, I got a bone to pick with you as well.
oh,
Oh,
what
here
have I
we
done?
go. Let me at 'em.
What have
My
I
missus,
done?
when you're on my stream, I think it was one of the streams that you're on there, and you had the castle there, all in the background there, like similar to what you got now, apart from about Steamboat Willie. And my missus has wanted that castle for a long time, and now she's seen you've got it like that. She's gone, I want that now, like tomorrow. I was like, I was like,
this little set. This
yeah,
thing.
that little thing, yeah, that little £300 set, yeah, it's
I think it's about to become 4 years old this year.
it is, yeah, and it's
Wow.
and a lot of people are saying, is it going to retire anytime soon?
Yeah.
But
Well,
Oh, I
see,
want it.
I don't really think there's a way of telling because next year is 50 years, the 50th anniversary of Walt
exactly,
Disney
yeah,
World, which
I
is
think it'll be
based
very.
on. So,
They
Yeah.
can't retire it then.
I've heard rumours you're going to get a cryogenically frozen Walt next year, though, isn't it? And it's like a clip on, it goes underneath the Disney castle. I've heard just rumours.
I mean, speaking of Disney World as well, I did get a little item in the mail. It's not Lego related, but it's Disney World related in Star Wars. So there's a little old ride in Disney World called Star Tours, one of my favorite rides.
Oh
in all of
yeah.
Disney. And I got a vintage Star Tours figure called Rex. This is the original Captain Rex. This is the only Captain Rex in existence. There is no Captain Rex out there. But yeah, a really cool figure. This is from 2002, I believe. Double check. Yep, 2002. It's the original Rex, which I think looks fantastic.
Is that the
Star
Rex they at Galaxy's Edge? They repurposed into the
yeah,
DJ.
yeah.
DJ Rex.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It looked really good. Oh,
So an original Star Tours ride, which Rex was the pilot. Then it closed around mid 2000s, 2010ish, and they reopened in 2011, where Rex is no longer the pilot. But if you're going along the ride queue, if you get to go to Disney World, go on Star Tours. During the ride queue, you can spot Rex being decommissioned along the ride queue, which is quite a funny but also sad little scene. And yeah, as Chris mentioned, he's now the DJ in Galaxy's Edge, which is quite funny. DJ Rex.
If you see my...
And I think he does like a remix version of the Cantina song, which is quite funny.
Yeah, he does. It's really cool.
Oh, another one. I'm bricking it here. Oh, let's have a look at bricking it.
That's him in his DJ booth. That's when I saw him.
Oh wow.
Yeah. So you can
Awesome. Wally Reject.
So the only way to get the DJ Rex figure is if you go to Galaxy's Edge in one of the shops. They have a special Black Series pack, which is a bigger scale, I believe, than this figure. I think I'm not too sure. You can get a DJ Rex figure, like a 5-pack, because I think this figure's 3.75. I'm not too sure. Well, he might be Black Series scale. I'm not too sure, but anyway.
Also, you can get a really large one at Galaxy's Edge. Like it's like $150. It's a massive one.
Yeah, it's a Bluetooth
really?
speaker. Bluetooth
Yeah,
speaker.
yeah.
Yeah.
So when you play music through it on your phone, he then it DJs for you.
Well, that's so
Yeah.
cool.
Yeah. So
It's
right
just
now,
such a
yeah,
cool
I've
thing.
got a couple of Star Tours figures coming in the mail for a special video I'm going to do later on in the year. So yeah, big fan of Star Tours and Disney World.
Are you? Have you been there, Rogue?
Yep, been there. I love Star Tours. I love when you got the different planets you can visit along the ride. So I've gone and tried and got each of the different Star Tours like employees. So you've got Rex the pilot, got another pilot called Ace 38. There's the someone who greets you onto the ship.
Is that droid?
Yeah, there's a droid. Yeah, she's like a stewardess almost, like a flight attendant sort of thing. And then you've got 2 droids along the ride queue as well, which I've got both of them. So
Rogue,
very happy.
would you consider Captain EO canon to Star Tours?
Captain EO.
Yeah. So I know you're a big Disney fan, so I thought you might know who Captain EO is. It's
Let me
something
just double check.
I won't mention on stream because it might be a bit, but
I'm not too sure. That's
because it's actually in the same universe. That's the whole point of it.
Right. I'm not too sure on that one. Sorry.
I think they're saying everything that Disney are making now in regards to Star Wars is all going to be canon. So whether it's part
That
or
means
not.
so Captain EO is Michael Jackson. I'm just saying.
Oh
Michael-
yeah, I just
yeah, because I'm not.
Yeah,
sure
but
because
that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
I see what you mean now.
So
Yeah,
that was actually part of Star Tours originally. So you used to go on, and it was a 3D show, and Michael Jackson was basically Han Solo.
of
I'm
course.
not sure if that Star Tours is canon because of course they replace it with the new ride. So
Yeah,
it might
they
be
done
the
that.
new ride is canon and the old ride isn't.
Yeah.
To be honest, I wouldn't be surprised if they just said the prequels weren't canon. They just came out and were like, "No,
Really?
just forget about that." That Disney would do that. I would not be
No,
surprised
they
if
can't.
They did that.
They can't. With
They can't.
They do what they wanted.
if they did it, it would it wouldn't work because then Clone Wars isn't canon, Rebels isn't canon. It would mean the original trilogy isn't canon because you have no Anakin Skywalker. It doesn't work.
They've changed
If
so
they
much.
did that, it would be chaos.
Take-Up asked the questions. What is everyone building? So we've got what looks like this is the Nissan GTR from Brixo.
Yeah, that's cool.
Yes, I'm speed building it as well. My camera.
Cool.
Yeah.
And Solo is doing something Harry Potter-esque, is he not?
Being as a Borrow.
Yeah, I'm doing the borrow, but I've got 2 extra of these wedge plates, and yeah, so I've got 2 of these which I don't need, and I am missing 2 1x1 slopes.
He's doing a brick in it.
Yeah, you
It's-
are.
It is no, that's the thing, right? So I've opened up the packet, right, and there's the instructions, and it's telling me that I've followed it all the way right round. So that bit there is missing. So there's only 4 of them in here. Right, that one there is missing, and that one up there, and this one over here is missing as
no.
well.
Can we please
I
get
made
some
that
F
sort of
in the chat,
mistake.
Solo?
It's not Solo. So the instruction it's really odd. I don't know how to explain it, but there's no missing pieces.
I can explain it. Solo, what you should do is take the entire thing apart and build it all over again.
Oh, again.
No.
Send it to me.
Bro, this has taken me 3 weeks to build.
Never say that I'm a slow builder. See you soon, Simon.
See you in a bit, mate. He's coming
Hey,
back.
Simon.
Oh
Cheers,
god,
man.
yeah. This is probably the longest I've ever taken. This is probably the most drawn out set I have ever done.
See, as well,
Ever.
Solo, what's a real shame is that if I was hoping you're going to build it in 2 weeks, and as a reward, I was going to send you this particular little Lego piece, and
I don't need it anymore, Rogue. You
Yeah.
can't use that on me anymore. I don't need it.
Chris, show us what you're building.
I'm just building a baby set. It's just a 5+ set.
Does that one come with a water pistol?
Yeah, it's got. I don't know what it is. It's like you shoot it.
Oh, you pump it. Yeah,
Like
it knocks
plastic.
down the fire at the top.
Yeah.
Well, that looks really practical.
It's,
But
it's really practical. Yeah, honestly, folks, if you ever find yourself in a desperate plead in a house where there's a fire, don't use that tool that Lego give you for putting out fires. It really won't work.
Yeah,
It's
we
really advisable. Anyway, I'm going to start laying bricks. So generic and young Road Runner. Do you mind looking after the chat for us, chat?
Yeah, no worries.
They are the chat chaps. How about that?
The
folks?
MCs.
checking in.
So yeah, chat, ask away any questions you might have for the panel. We'll do our best to answer them, of course. And if you haven't subscribed to anyone on the panel, make sure to do so. We've all got a good variety of content, so make sure to check everyone out.
That's very true. And yeah, if you don't mind, just do one thing, folks. If you do just one thing, actually, you know what? Do 2 things. Follow up on what young Rogue said. Please do, look at each of our panelists' channels. They're all good lads. They do some great stuff. And like Rogue said, the variety is fantastic. It really is. But yeah, otherwise, while you're here, just give us a thumbs up. That would be fantastic.
I have a question for you, Greg, actually.
Oh, far away, my friend.
To your giveaway last week, did everyone claim the...
Oh, yeah.
2 people. 2 people have come here to claim.
Wait, I need to see who won.
You didn't, mate.
Oh.
You definitely didn't win.
Oh.
I wish you had, because postage would be a lot cheaper.
Oh, that's very true.
Yeah. So yeah, then two out of the 3 have. So if the third one doesn't come forward, then I'll be doing another one at another time.
So which is the prize that hasn't been claimed then?
I think it's third prize actually.
And speaking of the number 3, what do we think of the 3 new Star Wars cards? Clap for the segue.
I need to.
No.
Let me pull it up real quick.
Do not.
Can I put myself on mute for about 20 minutes just to explain?
I'm just
Yeah.
gonna I'm gonna go and grab some bleach from downstairs so that I can like cleanse my eyes after I see this garbage. God, it's so unnecessary. Nobody wants cards. Give us minifigures.
Yeah.
Um,
It wasn't
so
like
for those that don't know, there is a promotion on shop.lego.com right now where you
That's
can
garbage.
spend £55 on Lego Star Wars, and you can get 3 exclusive Star Wars cards, and one of the 3 is a variation. You either get a gold, I think it's TIE Fighter pilot card, or gold Boba Fett card. So I think it's random of which one you get. So, even if you buy 2 sets, you might
It's
not get the
random?
whole collection.
I didn't
Yeah, it's
realise it was
completely random.
I want that Boba Fett one, really.
So there are 2 cards that are guaranteed, and 1 card can vary, which is the important thing.
I think that's a bit naff.
I just want to know.
I think with that cracking promotion, I think it's a great time to buy a UCS Millennium Falcon. I think it's a great promotion for that.
Just what is wrong with Lego? Why is it so difficult for them to just make a minifigure and just go, hey, you spend 60 quid?
Yeah, but I don't think we'd get an amazing Star Wars promo after May 4th. If we're going to get another great Star Wars promo this year, if they even do it, it's going to be 4th Friday.
We didn't get a great promo for Star Wars May the 4th.
I know,
No,
but
I
don't think we'll get we got, I think, that droid boost promo last year, I think. But apart from that,
Yeah, but you had to buy the droid boost set, and it was like 3 months after the droid boost set came out, anyways.
Yeah, and then
It came out on VIP,
yeah, and then
no one mentioned it.
And it was 1,300 points as well, which is just
it was like the price on eBay before it was on VIP was astronomical, and people had spent it goes
for quite a lot. It goes for like £50 plus, which is
insane.
It's not even a 40th anniversary one.
The
It's
only
not
thing
even
I
good.
believe is actually exclusive is the Lego Star Wars tile, and
Yeah.
I don't even think that's exclusive anymore.
It's not exclusive. It just says Lego Star Wars. It doesn't say 20 year anniversary. Or anything.
Yeah, but I
Does
think
it not?
It's not even in a 20th anniversary bag either.
No way. That's rubbish.
but then
It's terrible.
what's also funny is I think that piece came in the May the 4th promo this year, so not even that's exclusive.
Yeah, well, that tile also came in the Action Fighter. Just letting you know.
Ooh.
in the
They're
what's
just
up.
getting
I
lazy.
think the only thing that's exclusive is the air inside the sealed bag of the droid promo. Everything else you can find in another Lego.
I heard that you're coughed in each bag.
Even sour.
So the cards, it's if you're in, because Star Wars cards are a big thing out there with like tops and stuff and other cards. So I guess for that market, it's cool. But if you're into Lego just for Lego, then yeah, it's.
But I mean,
You don't need them.
you've got to be into Lego to know that they're doing these cards to actually, So these, I know what you mean, bro. These card collectors, they're mad for it, but are they going to be into Lego as well? Because some of these cards, man, they spend a lot of money.
Yeah, hundreds.
Don't get me wrong, the cards look cool. The 2 guaranteed.
Oh
ones,
yeah,
they look great, but
it's
they don't show pictures. They show pictures of the 2 gold ones. So
How big are they? Do they give a size?
I think. Let me double check. I don't think they give a size. Let me just double check.
they're just cards. They're just normal card size.
Image of them.
So they're A4 then. That's actually not too bad.
Very
but-
random thing. It does say in the terms and conditions at the bottom of the page on promotions, 1 set per household.
It says that on all the promotions. You can give
No,
them
but
20.
okay.
Chris doesn't. Chris just completely forgets that exists. He just buys all of them.
I didn't know that. Sorry. So.
Hey, I didn't get a single Death Star one. Okay, so.
Oh, I bet you were distraught that you didn't get the Death Star one. It's the best set ever.
It's so amazing.
By now.
I didn't like that Death Star. I didn't hate me when it looked naff.
To Carb Studios, I don't really like. If you think it's a good deal, you get it. But all I'd really say is, if you really want the set, I don't really know that set. Sorry, so I couldn't really respond.
It's
to your comment.
it's the Inquisitor's TIE Fighter, I think.
Yeah, I don't really know if that's a good deal or not. It's a retired set. It's fine if you really want it. Go for it.
If it's 55 quid, then it's not bad. And it's sealed as long as all the minifigures are in there.
So if you really want it, go for it. Just remember as well, in a just over a monthth's time, there are the new Lego Star Wars sets. So, if you
I mean, to be fair, the average. I mean, you'll probably agree with me, Rogue. The average TIE fighter goes for about 70 and above.
Yeah.
So The minifigures are awesome in it as well. So
Yeah, the
so
Inquisitor's an amazing
If
figure.
you really want the set, I'd say go for it. Just bear in mind that. Also, what I'd recommend is to look at sold. You can see, I think on eBay it's assessing. You can see what the set is sold for. Just double check, like, is that the average selling
that's a good
price?
idea.
Yeah, definitely.
But yeah, I couldn't. I don't really know this set, so I couldn't really say it was a good deal or not. Just if you really want it and it's a good price, then for sure. But just remember, a couple of months, new Star Wars.
Hang on a second, Rogue. You're telling me you don't know what the TIE Fighter Advance is?
No,
Prototype.
I don't know what the set sells for.
I'm yanking your chain.
Yeah, Bricklicker points out in July there's a 12-in-1 set, which is pretty cool.
What is the
Yeah,
12?
that actually was
I
pretty
actually
cool.
like that.
Yeah, it's like the Christmas one they do with a 24-in-1. It's just a brick.
I've got that in my cupboard. I've never ever cared less about a set in my life than that one. It doesn't interest me. Why do you want to build like 12 different sets? That involves taking it apart again. That's the worst part of Lego.
Wait, can you only build?
Yeah, it's 12 in one. Just like the 3 in one. You build one, you have to take it apart to build the next one.
That's rubbish.
It's not 12 sets. Yeah, it's only one set. That's all it is.
Yeah, it's like the 3-in-1 sets, isn't it?
Absolutely. Yes, like the 3-in-1s. You don't get all three. You have to pick which one you want. So 12 in 1 is even worse because it's 12 rubbish sets that you can build. Great.
It's a very clever idea. If you go on, Rogue.
I think it's more of a case where they're just trying. I think it's aimed more towards kids, right?
Yeah.
And I think what they're trying to do is here are 12 ideas. You can either build one of our ideas or build your own idea. It's more of a parts pack, I think.
Yeah, it's more like one of those. It's almost like a bucket, but with an aim, like the Minecraft ones. Yeah. They do like the here's all the pieces you can make your own Minecraft. Yeah. It's kind of like that.
Or you go back 12 times and buy it and get it 12 times.
Yeah, with no minifigs, because that's how Lego want you to do it now. They want you to buy these sets with no minifigs.
Yeah.
Oh god. With like the I think they're Lego classic sets with all the parts in them. They have some of the worst part variety ever. They you get two 2x4 pieces in the entire thing, but the different pieces that you get are so useless for actually building anything that you're just better off spending that money on actually getting a set.
True.
I think Lego Classic works best when you buy a variety of them.
Yeah.
So that way you can start to build bigger things. Or also, if you buy a Lego set and then a Classic set along with it, it then gives chance to customize the set, which I think is quite good.
I just wish there were more normal colors in those sets.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, there's weird pinks and everything.
Yeah, I just want normal colors, and I would happily buy those packs. But
as a Star Wars fan, I'd love to see a light bluish grey and dark grey classic set, please, with dark grey as well. That'd be great. Lego, if you're
That'd be useful for actually the mock builders, though.
Yeah, that's what I think. We've got to look at the mocks. I tell you what, folks. Have you considered with your mock, Rogue, throwing in some Duplo there to kind of fill out the gaps?
So with the style of my build, I'd say Duplo works best when you're building a structure because mine's more of a it's a cruiser, it's a starfighter-esque sort of thing. I don't think Duplo would work as well with mine because mine is mainly supported via Technic, which is similar to the Ultimate Collector's Star Destroyer. It's a lot of Technic, so that way I can capture the right angles and everything's structurally sound. For example, the front of the Venator, it slightly angles downwards, so that's what I've done. And then also the wings on the side of the center also have a different angle, so it's all Technic. If I was building, say, a clone base or crates like Solidbrick Studios did, for example, then I'd use Duplo because that way you can support a lot of 2x4s at once. It saves you a lot of 2x4s. That's what Duplo I think is best for, just saving you having to use all those different bricks to support things. If I feel like building, I'd use it.
One thing I'm waiting for from your next video, Rogue, is that how you're going to get the hangar doors to open up on the front. I'm going to be very interested to see how you do that.
Oh, so I don't know if I touched on that on the early one, but it won't be. It's less of a functional thing and more of a display piece. But I am going to be doing vignettes on like a hangar, for example, the bridge, stuff like that. So because of the scale I'm working at, and like the tech I'm using, the functionality of the thing is quite limited. But I'm just
I'm sure you can get the little sliding doors open up. Work your magic, my friends. Work your magic.
Well, when are we going to start seeing some mocks from you, Darren? Because you've been talking about mocks for months now.
I have been talking about mocks for months. There, I have been talking about it for months, and I do have a little update from that because, as you know, last time I think was it on Wednesday, me and Bricknet were talking about it. I think you got yours through, didn't you, Bricknet? Your Bricklink order.
Yes,
so soon after that, I went straight on to my supplier. I was like, where is my parts? Please, Germans, please tell me now. And it has now been officially posted off, and it is on its way to me.
Cool.
It's leaving the European Union and heading its way over here. So I am happy about that.
Nice.
So hopefully soon I can actually start doing something, because it's a lot of money I spent on that stuff. So I really want it here.
Oh, that's good, mate. That's really good.
Yeah.
I am very excited.
Awesome. Yeah. So like,
have you guys seen, sorry, I was going to say, talking of the variety of colours and stuff, have you guys seen Brick and Nick's Mickey Mouse and Minnie Mouse review? Because he's got the set.
Who was that? Sorry?
What did he say? Because they're actually huge, those things.
They're massive, yeah. But he has them, and they're all multicolored inside. It's really cool.
Mm-hmm.
They've got some really nice, unique pieces that they've made just for that set as well.
Amazing. What? Yeah, I looked at the brick set review as well. It looks really. I'm really excited to get that eventually.
Right.
It looks really impressive, to be fair. It looks a lot better than what I thought it was going to look like.
Yep.
I think for you, mate, you'd watch that Brick and Nick's video and click pre-order straight away, I think.
They look fantastic.
They do. They're really good.
There's been like a lot of people liking them, people not liking them, and the price. I remember when the price was announced, that's when people were like, I don't know, but I just think they look really cool. And for a Lego Disney fan, it's something. It's something that I'd really want. It's a nice statue build of the two iconic characters on my screen. Coincidentally, Mickey and Minnie. In a new art form as well, similar to Runaway Railway from Disney World. So it's perfect. So yeah.
Just please, no one tell that my missus that the Lego website exists, please, because I cannot afford buying the Disney castle and that as well at the same time. So we'll just keep the website hushed.
Is the Disney castle in stock right now? It's been out of stock for a while.
I'll have a look.
I don't know. I know it's on Smith Toys. I know it's there because I was there. I was in the shop. And it was on the top shelf there, and I couldn't reach it, so I was very glad about that.
And the one on Lego.com is currently out of stock. It's is it temporary? Yeah, it just says out of stock. Oh, hold on.
Yeah,
it says out of stock. Oh no, it says temporarily out of stock. Okay.
Yeah, it's temporarily out of stock, but yeah. So at the moment, I've banned my missus from going to the to Smith Toys, looking on their website, and looking on their website because. I know she's going to look at those Mickey and Minnie things, and she's like you, Rogue. She's a massive Disney fan. Mm-hmm. And to be honest, I'll say myself, I'm a Disney fan myself. I mean, we all get paid, at the end of the day, we are all paying Disney at the end of the day just by buying Star Wars sets. But, at the same time, but she's huge. Yeah, so,
Is that just generally a feminine sort of thing? Because, Chris, your missus is really into them, isn't she?
Oh, he's on mute. You're on mute, Chris.
You're on mute, Chris.
You're muted.
Chris, you're muted. Really?
We're still talking.
Sorry, it's because I was opened the bag, and I was saying, I was just insulting you all. No, I was saying that the missus not really into Disney that much. She likes Disney World, but it's all the Christmas sets that she likes. But
hey, Cafe Con, see you tomorrow.
See you later. Yeah, no, I don't think she is. She'll probably answer herself in a minute on the thing, but I've managed to get away with not buying those massive Disney sets so far anyway. But she does want that Home Alone set. That's that's already getting pre-ordered as soon as available.
Also, quickly speaking on the Disney World stuff and how Lego have made that Galaxy's Edge, cruiser, the transport. It's probably 99% unlikely. I'd really love if they just did a little mini series on Disney World Star Wars stuff, like a Star Tours set or just something. I'd love that as a massive Disney World fan, but I doubt it. But it would just be incredible.
That's like a Batu playset from Galaxy's Edge. That would be quite cool.
That would be cool. Yeah.
I think the issue with it is, though, for the mass majority of kids that are going to be buying the sets and that are into Star Wars, they're not going to necessarily know the references to Galaxy's Edge and things. And I think when like the sets that are coming out now, especially with like the sequel trilogy and the ships that are coming out, you've got like your big TIE fighters, your Millennium Falcons that are instantly recognizable. And I just question whether or not anybody would really know what some of the like new ships are from Galaxy's Edge.
Yeah.
Well, it's going to become the next Rebel transport ship.
Wait, did you say it's going to become the next Rebel transport ship?
Oh yeah, the combat frigate with like the Ahsoka minifigure.
I mean, I disagree with that because I think at the time when that set came out, there was still quite a lot of, Rebels still wasn't that popular after the whole Clone Wars controversy thing with it being cancelled and Rebels being a new show. It's all like when Shima replaced Ninjago, there was dislike towards Shima, mainly because it replaced Ninjago, and then with Rebels, it replaced Clone Wars.
You all got to remember one thing, and one big thing only. That is going to be sold at Disneyland, and anyone that goes on that ride is going to come out with that set.
It won't be honest. I tell you for now, it won't be sold at the ride. 100%.
No, it won't be sold at the ride, but it's going to be sold at the park.
Yeah, it's
going to be in the park. So someone's going to go off that ride and go, Mummy, Daddy, I saw it in the shop.
I still think it'll be popular. For example, Rise Resistance right now is being regarded across a lot of sites and things as the best ride, the most modern ride in the world right now. So I think that alone, will create a bit of hype. And also the exclusive minifigures. It's a Rebel ship as well. For example, I've got the Pose X-Wing, the grey and blue version, which looks great next to this Rise Resistance version. So it fits in the Rebel fleet, So I think I don't think it'll become a Rebel combat frigate type set, but I still think it'll do. I think it'll be popular.
Hey, Rise of Brick in the house, folks. Good to see you, mate.
Hey, mate.
The life is there as well. She's come in as well. Good to see you, Ateez. Who else we got there? Did I see Cy O'Connor around? Wherever there is Cy. Hey, Cy. Oh, just so everybody knows as well, next week's London Calling, we're going to have Cy O'Connor on the panel. Folks. It's going to be his first live stream because, like myself and like loads of other good peeps out there, Cy's going to be part of the 72-hour community live stream. He is, folks. And that's going to be probably the only Friday, or touch wood anyway, that I don't actually ever transmit London Calling because that weekend is all about, folks. It's all about the Lego community and all the different people that are part of that. And we're all kind of doing segments over from Friday right through to the really early hours of Monday morning. And obviously 72 hours, the whole weekend. And Cy's going to be on this. Cy, let us know what time slot that you're doing on that particular weekend. Maybe let us know in, I don't know, maybe if you know CT time. I know my UK time slot, folks, is 4 p.m. till 7 p.m. And cool. Chris is going to be joining me for that. And so is Solo and a whole bunch of other people as well. And I think there's a few people going to be sort of jumping in and out of each other's streams as well. Solo, you're going to be on there, aren't you?
I am going to be on there. I am indeed.
And what's your slot, Solo?
My slot UK time is 10 till 12. So I got the night shift.
Yeah.
I got
so
the night shift.
I'm going to be joining Solo for at least an hour on that one, folks. So that'll be 10 p.m. UK time, which is obviously 5 p.m. EST USA time as well. So yeah, so do well, I tell you what, folks, don't just join us, join everyone. This is basically it's going to be the World Cup. Brick, so you're doing one, aren't you?
Yeah, I think I know my timing. It's CDT is 7 to 8, I believe.
So Central time.
Yeah, roughly. So it's about 12 to 1 UK time, I think. So about lunchtime.
Okay, well that's cool. That's really good. That's a nice slot. Are you have you changed your thumbnail because everyone's got posted their thumbnail?
Yeah, I gotta put my name on the thumbnail. I'm just trying to put my name on it. I do gotta work on that. Okay. So yeah, I'll change it. I do gotta do that.
If you want, by the way, Brick, so if you want a hand with doing it.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm pretty dumb with that sometimes, so I might have to ask some help there.
Yeah, no worries.
Well, that's right, mate. There's plenty of us here, even in this panel, that will help you out if you need it. So don't you worry. And Generic Stud knows a few bits and pieces about designing.
Also, any of you guys can jump on mine if you want. I'll probably send the link out to a ton of people. So if you want, you can hop on.
Yeah, that'd be cool, man. It'd be a really good weekend. We've got the Daily Brick, folks. Daily Brick, are you going to be streaming during that 72-hour stream? Be interesting to see. Cafe Con's there. I do a tease. I do have a 3-hour slot for some reason or other. Actually, I was meant to have 2 hours, but the person before me dropped out. And I said, yeah, I'll do 3 hours. And that was on the back. That was on the back of doing a couple of weekends of extremely long streams. So I've got to be honest, at the time, 3 hours seemed quite a short stint. And of course, we did. I mean, on a Friday night, we do anywhere between sort of 2.5 and 3 hours anyway. So it all goes very quickly, but
it will fly by.
And I think because that's going to be a fairly long one, I think Chris and I at least are going to be probably doing quite a large build on that one, I would have thought.
An idea, haven't we, Greg? We've got
we're mulling over, folks, doing the Monkie Kid mech. So watch this space. Watch this space. Of course, Monkie Kid. We're a couple of 6 weeks into Monkie Kid now, folks, aren't we? So I'm interested to know, what does everyone out there in the chat think about it? But more than the chat, slightly more than the chat anyway, what does Generic Bricks think of Monkie Kid? Is it here to slay Ninjago, or is it just here to be a nice partner in the wibbly wobbly world of Asian style Lego? What do you think, Generic?
So, I mean, for me at least, the hype has died down massively for Monkie Kid. And I think that generally, the general consensus is probably that the majority of people that know about Monkie Kid are people that are massively in the Lego space. Like, I couldn't imagine that, you know, some random kids who aren't massively into Lego would know what Monkie Kid is. And it's not going to kill Ninjago. I think it's quite a silly thing to say that it would, because, I mean, I saw something on Reddit where it was like, there was a bit of a meme where it had Nexo Knights, Shima, and Monkie Kid. They were all sat there and they were saying, oh, we're a new adventure theme. We're going to try and overthrow Ninjago. But I think it just highlights there's been so many things that people have thought was going to try and take down Ninjago off of its throne that you can't comprehend how popular Ninjago is if you think Monkie Kid is going to take it down.
I think it's quite funny that people say that Ninjago is going to lose to Monkie Kid, but then at the same time they're not saying that Mario. Well, Mario is also a Japanese.
Yeah, that's a very good point.
So why is that not going to overthrow it? You know,
that's a good point.
Same thing.
I could understand Mario doing it because that's an already established thing, but with Monkie Kid, it's coming out of nowhere, and it would make no sense to kill off Ninjago when this new theme hasn't really proved itself at all.
Yeah, no, I agree. I agree. You have to give these things time. I mean, Ninjago's long and well established. So,
if Lego want to get rid of it, they're the only ones that could destroy it.
Yep.
They
At the
are.
end of the day.
Actually. Wise words there, Darren. Wise words.
I do come out with some sometimes.
Yeah, like something I've noticed. Yeah, I agree with Generic Stud that the hype I don't think is as high as it was. There's hype, but I don't think it was as high as it was. But also, I don't know if the show's been officially started yet, on like say Cartoon Network, for example, because there are on YouTube you can find the show. So I don't know how they're advertising that yet. That I think is interesting. Once that show really gets going, then I think it'll be more interesting to look at the numbers and perhaps ratings if they're out there against Ninjago, for example, which just announced its 14th and 15th season. So whilst I think there is say one day a chance the Ninjago show could end, I think that the Ninjago sets won't go anywhere anytime soon.
Nah. Ninjago's a pretty good theme. Monkie Kid's good, but they're not gonna kill each other.
But I think obviously obviously me and Greg and probably a lot of other people all agree with that Lego's come out with probably the most expensive wave they could possibly have thought of.
Definitely.
Instead of just kind of easing it in, they've just gone, here's a couple of £100 sets. It's not really, so in my opinion, not the best start towards things, but I suppose in regards to your pocket and a TV show, it's going to make perfect sense, I suppose. But
Journey to the West is a very, very popular Chinese legacy, so they are jumping on that.
And they have just announced, and I'm not sure they opened it, but a new flagship store in China as well. Ooh. So that could go, that theme might be a big thing for the opening of that store, for example. Like they might put those sets heavily there.
Definitely.
I think with Monkie Kid, a lot of it was just kind of to do with Chinese relations or sort of Asian relations. The reason that it was released because they're trying to kind of branch out to more Eastern sort of cultures and things. So again, it's a good point. They're not. It's Eastern. So obviously, Monkie Kid is an Eastern market. Ninjago is very much a Western market. They're not going to be clashing it together whatsoever.
No, they're very much their own separate entity, aren't they?
Most people over here don't know what Journey to the West even is. So the references that the actual sets are towards, people don't even get. So it's just not aimed at our. It's not aimed at our culture at all.
But it's not to say that we can't get excited for it anyway. And they do look really cool. Yeah, the sets do look pretty cool.
Oh, they're amazing.
I love Dragon Ball Z and stuff, and it has very big Dragon Ball Z kind of vibes to me. So I just think it looks pretty cool.
So what about the people out there in the chat? What do you reckon then? Have you anyone out there gone and bought some Monkie Kid sets? I know Cafe Con certainly has. She's done a brilliant review of the Monkey King mech. Is it a Monkey King mech or Monkey Kid mech? I know
Monkey King.
Is it the King? Good stuff. So do check out Cafe Con's channel, folks.
So the Monkey King is from Journey to the West. He's one of the main characters in it. And basically what this is that the Monkey Kid adopts his power. So that's why it's kind of like based off of the Journey to the West, but then like modernized. So, it's pretty cool. I really liked the first 2 episodes.
Yeah, even though the first 2 episodes are literally just one big advert for the sets. They have all of them in it.
I mean, to be fair, that's what the Lego movie is. That's what every single piece of Lego entertainment.
Yeah, like I don't think it's necessarily wrong for a Lego show to have Lego sets in them. I don't think as well like they were in there, but I've watched the first episode, for example, and I don't think they were necessarily just all about those particular sets. The sets were in there, but I don't think that was the main focus of the show. So I think it was all right. You know, I haven't seen the second episode. I might be wrong, but
yeah. Well, in episode 2, there is one set that is kind of very important to it.
Right. Yeah. But don't forget, though, folks, you're looking for it from someone who's into Lego, so you know what all about those Lego sets. Now, if you had never seen or knew nothing about those Lego sets and thought, "Oh, there's a cartoon on YouTube," I watched that, and you were just seeing it, you'd never know that was an advert. I mean, when I was a kid, I used to watch Transformers and Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles and He-Man and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah,
really, folks, all of them made action figures and stuff.
They're all adverts, but you don't mind it because you like, you know.
Star Wars is an advert for toys.
I was about to say that, Brick. I was generally going to say that.
I agree. Yeah,
like all the kind of toys.
Like Rise of Skywalker, for example, you've got Star Destroyers, Blockade Runners, X-Wings, TIE Fighters, Y-Wings, A-Wings. You've got
B-Wings.
B-Wings. You've got Dio, for example, who, so like they're always going to be pushing merchandise in films or shows. It's these sort of things. It's not. I don't think it's a new thing for a show to do that. I think it's very. Common.
George Lucas, though, at the end of the day, he's never hid that it was I'm making more money out of toys than I am the movies. He's never hid it.
Like who would buy a Star Wars like toy? Who would go out there and buy a Star Wars toy?
I tell you what, you and me, Rogue, we could have good conversations about like all the microfibers, micro machines, and die cast and all that cast. Oh, mate.
Yeah, I've got figures from new stuff. Pre-ordered some new figures. I've got mid 2000 stuff, early 2000 stuff. I've got a good variety of Star Wars merchandise.
After the chat, after this, Rogue, I need to chat with you because I might have something you might be interested in. I generally mean that. I might have something you might be interested in. So I got to chat with you. Cool.
Going back to the Lego toys, though, what I did find interesting is I've started watching series 1 and 2 of Ninjago after Generic Stud kept banging on about it, and there isn't Lego in it. There isn't actually much Lego in it.
No, it's true.
Yeah, it's weird. It's like they don't even look like Lego minifigures themselves. I just thought they had, dodgy hands. That was about it. The rest of it doesn't look like Lego.
No, I think. Sorry, go ahead.
There are a lot of things in Ninjago they don't actually make. Well, at least the early seasons, They didn't actually make it to sets. There's a snake bus. There's a snake train. There's a massive. There's like Lloyd's Fortress at one point. You know, like from the first season when. So there's a lot of things they haven't done. So, you know, like we've got a lot of stuff in the show, but they don't do everything.
Well, like Star Wars, they haven't done everything. They've got loads of new things to do with Star Wars.
So Connor says, doesn't every Lego show have the sets in them? No, they don't actually, Si. Like the guys on the panel just said, they sometimes they throw stuff in there. I mean, you can't have every single thing they do. I mean, and maybe sometimes we've had sets that have actually been inspired by the TV series that have made it then through into a set. So, you know, maybe that way around as well.
That's always an interesting debate. Is it the sets inspire the show, or does the show inspire the sets?
I think we always say that Lego Movie was inspired by the fandom, don't they? It was people that started making stop motion that made it, I think.
Yeah, it was. Yeah, it was. It generally was. To be honest, I think the Lego Movie 2, despite obviously it's all CGI, is probably one of the best stop motion film out there. Because they don't even bend. You know, they've actually animated the Lego, how they would walk, how they would move.
It's amazing.
See you soon, Rise. Thanks for coming by, mate.
See you later.
I'll see you, Rise.
Right.
Crazy Ken Dude 101 says, lawnmower outside, eye roll. Crazy Ken, are you actually based in the UK? Because there really should be no one mowing their lawn at 20 to 9 in the evening.
It's the best time to mow the lawn now.
Yeah, my mum mowed the lawn like 2 hours ago. So.
Well, yeah, but that's 3 hours ago. That's a sensible time, that is. It's not... And you should be mowing the lawn for anyway. What are you getting your mum to do for?
Just some Lego set, Albert.
Yeah, it's my hay fever. It's my hay fever.
No, that's more excuse. Good one.
So apart from the new VIP reward stuff and the Star Wars cards, what are the next things out on Lego.com bar exclusives like with Disney set? What are the next? Is it like literally now just nothing until August, or is it? Is there a few
ideas coming out, isn't there?
You got ideas and you got the new Technic sets as well.
Yeah.
So anyone's interested in that.
So what is the new?
Which idea set is it?
What is the new Lego set?
We don't know.
You got Winnie the Pooh coming out soon, haven't you?
I need that.
There's also a Sesame Street one as well.
Yeah, exactly.
And
so
the piano too. So
is it the working piano?
Yeah. So they haven't announced which one will come out first, and I don't believe they might have. I'm not really sure.
Pooh.
They haven't.
We don't know like prices either or piece counts. We just know that these are 3 ideas they're doing.
I would probably go out and push. I would imagine Winnie the Pooh is going to be the same kind of scale as the Flintstones one.
Oh,
And again,
yes.
I would imagine it's been about the same amount of price. But for God's sake, get the figures right this time.
Yes,
that's all I'm going to ask.
They were badly wrong before.
Yeah.
So
they need some new pieces.
Yeah, I mean that's the thing with Sesame Street. One of the things is they're not allowed to have new molds and things for Lego ideas. So how the hell are they going to be able to do Sesame Street? What are they going to? Are they going to do brick build? It's just going to look awful.
That would look awful.
Time, it's going to. I wouldn't be surprised,
Yeah, I mean that's the thing. I mean they say they're not supposed to make new pieces and new molds and new figures and all that kind of stuff. But look at Steamboat Willie. That was an idea set, and that had brand new figures. But new molds, new head molds. So it's
the figures were different prints, but those molds had been made.
So one of the things is
what was they?
Because they had the CMFs planned, so the CMFs are the exact same. And also Mickey and Minnie came out in 2016, and I believe in the Disney Castle, for example. And
they're right in the Disney Castle. Right,
I hold up Minnie from Steamboat Willie compared to Minnie from the castle. You can see here that the skirt piece, for example, it's already a mold. Oops, sorry.
Yeah.
Already mold. The hat was different, but that was in the CMF, so they had the mold already planned.
Right. What is your favourite Disney character? Because I know you're Disney, but I don't know which one is actually your favourite.
Steamboat Willie, I think, is probably my favourite. I just love the animation. Also, I guess we're looking at Pixar as well. Woody, Buzz Lightyear, Toy Story character. I love them. I'm just thinking my favorite. It's always hard to think. I think I always struggle to think of a favorite because there's just so many great ones. Steamboat Willie always comes to mind as my favorite. Just I love
Pixar. I mean, I know Pixar. They made some incredible animation and some brilliant.
Yes.
But I always go back to the thing. It's just like I just love Wally. I think he's just such a great, sweet little character, and he's a robot, and they made him so sweet and so emotional. And it's
what I think is especially genius with Wally and a lot of the characters in the film is that they get so much emotion, and just out of 2 eyes. You know, Wally has no matter, it's just 2 eyes. So I think it's very incredible how they do that.
And only just saying like one word, well, 1 or 2 words, but you want to say it's just Wally, and then you got Evie as well, which I wish they made into a Lego set as well.
That would be so cool.
To complete to complete the 2, but I don't obviously I don't know whether Wally sold that well. I don't know. But
Wally might have like a little mouth. I'm not sure, but the majority of emotion comes from the eyes.
No, Wally doesn't. It's just his 2 eyes that just kind of move up and down.
I love Lightning McQueen. He's my favorite Disney character.
You're muted, Greg. You muted yourself, Greg.
Greg, you're muted.
You're muted.
Yeah,
Greg.
Greg, you're muted. We can't hear you. You can see your mouth move, but you know. You've done a brick in it.
I can see you over there trying to talk.
The schoolboy era. Guys, no, I was going to ask you. Sorry, talking about Bricklink and stuff like that. How much does Wally go for these days?
Wayne goes for a bit.
And Cut the Craggle says Wally is his favorite Pixar movie. Yeah, it's definitely up there in my top 5.
I'm with Cut the Craggle on that one. I think Wally is exceptionally good. I love the soundtrack. Well, some of the music was done by Peter Gabriel, who's a world-renowned music artist, and I just think what Rogue says about the emotion that comes out from it. I mean, at some point, I remember I was tearing up watching that. I really was.
Greg, you asked how much Wally is. The cheapest one on Bricklink is from Russia, and it's £100.
Is that sealed or used?
It is used. It is 100% complete with box and instructions.
I have to look at. That'll be an eBay job potentially, but
the cheapest sealed one is 130.
So on eBay, a used one you can get. I'm looking here, 100% complete. First listing comes up $79.99. Wally.
That's
used,
not
you're looking at closer to around 150. Sorry,
what was his retail?
New. So no, brand new around 150. Retail, I believe, was around 50 for Wally.
Yeah, I think it was at 60 quid. I think it was 59.99. I think it was.
Alright, that's not too bad.
We go. Wally on Brickset was RRP. Where are you? RRP on $39.99.
Oh,
there you go.
Good.
I was way off then.
The original retail price.
I've got. So I was just going to say, one of my friends isn't massively into Lego, so I might have to go around his house, kind of push it into my backpack and walk out.
When they go to the loo or something like that, just take it all apart very quickly.
It's a very nice Wally set. I'm just going to pop it in here a second.
Cut the Craggle also says inside out
and up. We wouldn't notice if he was not into Lego.
Craggle, I agree. Yeah, Inside Out and Up are very good Pixar films.
Oh, I loved Inside Out. I love that.
Have you seen Onward?
Is it? I like to say. Has anyone out there in the chat actually got Wally?
I do have Wally myself.
I have some of the car sets. I mean, it's not Wally, but I have some of the original car sets from films.
Ooh. Toy Story.
Yeah, I've got the original Buzz and Woody from Toy Story.
My cousin's got a lot of those sets. He's got the pizza van, the RC. I think he's got the Build Buzz. He had a lot of them.
And
I guess you have, Ro. But has anyone seen the behind the scenes of Pixar and how it all began?
Videos, yeah, there's some cool stuff.
Honestly, Ro, you would love it. You've got to watch it on Netflix. It's great, and
it's very good.
You know who made Pixar?
Craggle says in the chat, he says Inside Out and Up are close behind Wally being his favourites. Now, here's the thing, folks. Right, this is a thing. I've not actually seen Up at all. Now, adverts for it though is that you've got this great big car. You've got this great big house, and you've got masses of balloons. Now, why haven't Lego created a set out of that?
There was an idea set which got 10,000. I don't think it passed the review stage.
Oh, that's rubbish, because that would have been very good.
Up is one of probably the saddest films to ever start.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, God.
Up is a very well-made film. It's
Up is beautiful. It is beautiful, but Yeah. Oh god, it's such a sad ending.
Didn't Steve Jobs start Pixar?
He was involved.
He was. No, he didn't. No,
he was
he didn't
involved at the
start
start
it.
for sure. I never checked.
Yeah.
Steve Pixar.
Yeah.
He was definitely involved at the start, and I think he was in leadership, bro.
He pretty much kind of like run the marketing side of it. He really kind of like was more like the background investor, so to speak. But because if it wasn't for Toy Story, Pixar would have died. It was it. Toy Story was kind of like all or nothing for them.
There's a thing here on Google saying that Steve Jobs was one of the 3 founding fathers of Pixar animation.
Yeah, I thought he was. And don't forget, Apple would have also died without the iPhone, so it's the same kind of thing.
It was. Yeah.
Also, they would have died without Microsoft because Microsoft had to inject a lot of money into
Bill Gates. It's because of Bill Gates and Steve Jobs are best mates. People always thought they had a feud. They were actually.
No, there was never a feud.
Yeah.
They were good friends.
Really good friends. And Jobs had to come back to Apple when they were going into bankruptcy, and that's the only reason Bill Gates would lend to Jobs but not Apple. So
yeah.
I'll tell you what. I watched
Mama's Brick says an Up idea set got 10,000 a couple of weeks ago. I must be thinking of something else.
I honestly, I've not even seen the film, but I can absolutely see where Up would work as a fantastic Lego set.
Oh, it would be brilliant.
Yeah, I think there was a different Up house before. I think
you're right, Rogue. I think there was a Up house that was a few years ago. I think it was. And to be honest with you, this is probably going to come through very controversial, but I prefer an Up house than a damn typewriter. To be honest,
yeah,
I think that's controversial. I think you're just right. You're just completely right. You cannot disagree with that statement at all.
You know why the typewriter's out though? It's because they don't have to sell minifigures. That's why.
Yeah. No, you're probably right. I just don't know why
there's the piano.
Do you think Lego? There could be a conspiracy that Lego are actually going to stop making minifigures.
No, he's no.
The guy's died now, so maybe they've lost the rights to minifigures, so they're slowly.
They sold it.
Lepin has the actual IP on it now.
I wouldn't be surprised, you know.
Lego Construx.
Cut the Craggle also highlights that he was gutted. The Inside Out idea submission didn't get approved.
I know. It was. That was
Ratatouille. That was quite
Ratatouille. Yeah, but I actually got the approval.
I'm just very upset that I love Ratatouille. It's one of my favorite films.
I love it. I think it's brilliant.
Yeah. To be fair, I mean, I thought that the Scheinfeld one, despite whatever Scheinfeld one, whatever it was, which is obviously big in America, I've never seen it myself. Yeah. But I thought Ratatouille would have actually beaten that out because of the sheer scope of it. Because I can't see that Scheinfeld set doing very well over here. I can see it doing amazing over America. But here, I can't see it. Seinfeld. I've never seen it, so I don't know. I don't know anyone in that.
Just because it's basically a carbon copy of Big Bang and Friends.
It's an easy sell for them.
Big Bang's way
the
better.
next one, I reckon, the Community one, because they're doing that one next. We were on about that on the podcast, weren't we? Thinking actually that one's for 12 months afterwards. So that might.
I just want to say, hit the bricks out there, folks. Hit the bricks. Great to see you here, folks.
Hello.
I know I keep banging the drum about it, folks, but honestly, do check each other's channel out there all you boys and girls out there in the chat. You got Cut the Craggle there, right? If you want to know about Hidden Side and stuff like that, Cut the Craggle, check him out. Honestly, he does some great stuff. You've got Hit the Bricks, he's out there. I tell you what, folks, he does some good stuff on his Lego City. Now I've been looking at how I'm going to do a Lego City and bricking it up there with the people that I watch for that. But certainly Hit the Bricks, he does some fantastic stuff. And congratulations on your 100 subs recently as well, Hit the Bricks. That's very, very cool. Yeah. I'll tell you what, as well, they'll be the hardest 100 you'll ever have to fight for as well.
Yep, I can agree to that. Definitely.
Okay, I'm still fighting for 1,000. They still seem hard.
And yeah, another quick thing on Lego ideas and Disney is that, of course, this is my favorite set here, but another idea set I'm very thankful for is the Tron set. Because Tron Legacy,
that's pretty cool.
Whilst people don't like it, is one of my favorite films of all time. Right. So I was very surprised and glad we got a set for that. So yeah, I'll always be thankful. I love that set, despite people not like it. I like it personally. I know there's people who don't. I like it personally. I love the figures are beyond what I could have hoped for. So that's one of my other favorite Lego ideas sets they've ever done.
I want to make a Garfield house one. 'Cause I love Garfield personally. Like, that'd be pretty cool.
Drago says, have you seen the Night at the Museum project that reached 10,000 supporters?
Yeah, that one looks awesome.
That does look pretty cool.
That would be really good, wouldn't it? I mean, let's face it, folks. That's
awesome.
Night
at the Museum is a great film.
In case you didn't know, I'm a bit of a Steven Universe fan, and there is a Steven Universe Lego Ideas thing that is, it's probably one of the best Lego Ideas sets I've ever seen. So I want to tell everybody in the chat, go and vote for it. It's only got like 430 supporters at the moment, but it is glorious.
I've never watched it, so.
It looks pretty good, doesn't it? I tell you what, I'm liking this Luke Skywalker you get with this set. He's got Batman's utility belt on him.
That's pretty cool.
The funny thing is
that back piece.
Yeah, so that he can swing across the chasm, as everyone seems to call it, like that. Whee! Right, but so that he can do it, he has to have this back piece, this section that goes around his neck, and you don't really notice it too close. But if you look at him straight on, it looks like he's got a bit of a stretched neck on the go there, folks. What do you think?
It does, yeah. I think I had that.
It's like, help me, Obi-Wan, Kenobi! But he's quite cool.
As Ewoks, when they throw the thing around, it goes around their head. That's maybe what the outcut was when he was throwing that line over in A New Hope.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, because if you imagine him and he goes, I was watching that back the other night, folks, because we're going to do a review on this set, and I've got to say, I was watching Princess Leia when she was kind of shooting upwards across the chasm at the stormtroopers, and I'm not joking, every single shot, she was just closing her eyes. She was just literally, she was coming out of behind the sort of door section, the inside door section, and she was just doing that. Pow, 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 and then getting back behind it again. That's really cool.
I think probably there's not long after that scene, the scene that was kind of infamous that stormtroopers can't shoot, is when Obi-Wan Kenobi just dies and Luke Skywalker just stands there and goes, "No!" And all stormtroopers just turn around and start shooting, and he's just still standing there. It's just like all these bolts are just going past him. It's like, ooh.
That's why he's force sensitive. He's bouncing them.
Oh my god! To be fair, I have to say, if A New Hope came out today, it would be absolutely slated by the media.
If you haven't seen it on YouTube, I highly recommend the Darth Vader versus Obi-Wan New Hope trilogy.
That is amazing. Absolutely amazing.
Very good. It's very good.
That is really, really good. I would agree with you if they showed a little scene from like season 7 with Darth Maul as he's just kind of like shonning the bullets, the laser bolts away, but he just stands there just.
A New Hope is not a good movie. It's not a good movie.
It's not.
It's completely context. The special
there's absolutely
just the fanboys love it too much.
Yeah, well, there's like really funny bits, like the stormtroopers bang his head on the door and stuff.
It's awful. There's
some really bad bits in it.
I wouldn't say it's awful. It's very visually stunning. I mean, for its age.
For the age.
And even if you sit back now and you sit there and watch it, and you kind of think, Jesus, that's better than most effects we get today. Quite literally.
Have to remember as well, which I think is this also goes towards the prequel, a lot of the prequel stuff too. Good movie or bad movie, it has enjoyable moments. And also with that film, it was made in 1977, and at the time was something, they had there'd been similar things, but it was still a massive shift in cinema at the time.
I've literally just typed in 1977 movies, and the next one next is Close Encounters, which is pretty bad in terms of special effects, and that's.
I love it.
There were a lot of films soon after A New Hope came out where they tried to copy.
The Exorcist 2. The Exorcist 2 came out.
Yeah, I don't know what any of these films are.
I highly agree.
You're too young to watch The Exorcist.
You're far too young to watch.
That, mate. You'll get some nightmares from that, brother.
The mice. That was a great film. Disney's The Rescuers. Do you remember that?
Oh, yeah.
That was great.
Yeah.
I have no idea. I'm lost.
It's not a very famous one.
It's kind
highly
of like
agree
one
with,
of like B films, wasn't it? From that
agree with
era.
the chat as well. He says the thing is, when you watch old films, you have to appreciate the time it came out in.
Yeah.
Which I think is
Yeah,
very
you
important.
do really.
Prequels, the CGI is something that can look off, but again, at the time, CGI was a brand new thing. So
No, don't agree. If you look at Lord of the Rings that came out at the same time, they're way more epic than those Star Wars movies.
Oh yeah, Lord of the Rings.
But you got to bear in mind, if it wasn't for Star Wars, those kind of effects wouldn't be around.
I agree.
I mean, because like Star Wars, they implemented miniatures with VFX as well, and yeah,
I'm on about the prequels.
It doesn't matter right across the board. Star Wars has elevated VFX. I mean, so much so he created what do you call it? Who's the VFX company that uses
ILM, Industrial Light.
ILM? Yeah, he created them just to make effects and create new effects. If it wasn't for them or wasn't for him, VFX that we know it today would be very different.
There are a lot of films that do this stuff though that never get recognition. Like The Matrix. That's the first time that anyone ever did that bullet time where they actually take a picture rotating
and
around.
then after that, they killed it.
What I'm saying is the original Matrix that's one of no one ever did that before. That stopped.
No, I think the problem is
there's a lot of good things. Like Christopher Nolan shot the first ever full IMAX for the original thing of Dark Knight.
I think the problem is. I think there's the same problem as like what Star Wars has and a lot of other groundbreaking films is that they kind of get forgotten because every other film afterwards tries copying it, better or worse, it just kind of gets forgotten. But because bullet time is just kind of one of those things, it's just like, well, you've seen it once, it was great, and now this film's like that film, and then it's just kind of like, well, I've seen it now, but it's
the reason that the second two didn't use it was because it took so long to film that Warner Bros were like, oh, we need the next movie out because it's popular, so they had to rush.
They tried it something in was it Matrix Reloaded, wasn't it, where he's fighting all those Agent Smith and he's kind of like singing around. It's like, that's bad CGI. That is just bad. That is bad. You can't blame him for trying.
Jurassic Park as well. Like Jurassic Park, the original one, absolutely incredible.
That is incredible.
Amazing.
Just the way they use the camera angles to make them look massive.
But again, that was ILM that done a lot of those effects.
Yeah.
You see, it all kind of stems back to that kind of part, and I think, I think they're one of the biggest industries now in visual effects. It's absolutely incredible.
The crowd said the original Matrix is a modern day classic. I love the Matrix. One of my favorite.
The Matrix is great. Yeah, and to be honest, I like the first two Matrixes. The third one. I mean, I say I like the second one. It kind of gets a bit weird at the end when he's talking to the architect. So I'm just kind of like,
doing Matrix 4?
Yes, I know. And with Keanu Reeves in it as well. Keanu Reeves. But I think that's only because Keanu Reeves is on this kind of like massive high all of a sudden again.
Keanu Reeves can't be in a bad movie, can he? At the moment,
he has. Believe me.
I mean, at the moment, like as soon as he did, what was that one where his dog gets murdered?
John Wick.
Yeah, John Wick. What? He's untouchable. Anything he does well. Like
there was a film a couple last year. I think it was the tail end of last year, and I think it was a friend. And he says he'll do it for any friends that ask him for a favor. Do you mind going to a film? And he jumped in his film. And I tell you what, it's not even worth me looking up the name of the film because it is that bad. It is terrible. Absolutely terrible. But then you read the reviews on it, and everyone's going, "John Wick is amazing." Keanu Reeves. Keanu Reeves is amazing, and the film's terrible.
That's like Nicolas Cage. Nicolas Cage is the same. He's got such a good repertoire, and he's got some movies that you just go, "Did you not read the script?" Like what? Like Face Off. What's the one that's got the ponytail?
America.
No, Con Air.
Con Air. It's so good. That's one of the best movies ever.
But
my favourite Nick Cage film is National Treasure.
I watched that.
National Treasure and the second one.
I watched that a little while ago, freaking Con Air, and I'll tell you what, his accent changes in every scene. Yeah. I will shoot you. I will kill you.
It's the same in Face Off though, because Face Off he's supposed to be portraying John Travolta. But then he starts going off and doing random stuff as well.
I say, have you seen Doolittle with Robert Downey Jr. trying to do that accent.
Oh.
Massive high from Endgame, and I was like, he could do whatever movie he wants. He does Doolittle, and then that one film has killed his career.
He's going back to Marvel, you know.
Is he?
Yeah, he's already signed a contract with them. We don't know what for yet. It might be.
Oh no!
He was so bad in Doolittle.
I haven't even seen Doolittle.
An adventure. I'm like, what are you?
I mean, to be honest, I don't blame him from doing a slightly smaller rubbish film. To be honest, I mean, you look at the high he's been on for the last 10, 15 years.
Marvel just skyrocketed him.
I don't blame him, but at the same time, it's like, dude, you could have done better.
He was getting paid more than all the other Avengers combined for some of those movies.
His pay cut, I think a lot of people are saying the reason why the last 2 films were so expensive is just because Robert Downey Jr. Did you see how much it cost them to get him into Homecoming? Just those small scenes that he was in was near enough. I think it was near enough quarter of the budget of Homecoming.
What?
Just to get him
That's
in.
insane. He was in like 20-minute screen time.
He is an incredible businessman because I think he walks away with 10% of the profits and also gets paid from Marvel and also gets merchandise of Iron Man of his face.
Oh my god, this
You got to think he's given away over a decade of his life to that franchise.
Yeah, but I mean, they're not going to replace
for over a decade.
But let's face it,
part of the foundations of the whole MCU.
He is a very good character in the MCU.
Performance wasn't so good at
the thing is, though, who should we thank more though for it? Should we thank Jon Favreau for bringing him in, or Robert Downey Jr. for acting it? Me personally, I thank Jon Favreau for giving Robert Downey Jr. because let's face it, I don't know whether Brixo know, but some of the people out there might know. But Robert Downey Jr. he's got a really bad past before.
I know that.
Really bad.
No one would hire.
And I mean, they were going to hire Tom Cruise of all people, and they were going to give Iron Man a see-through mask. Just because Tom Cruise wanted his face on it. I was like, you shut up.
That's dumb. I would never watch that.
But Jon Favreau pushed it for Robert Downey Jr. to be on that. And I'll tell you what, I bet Disney were laughing. I bet they're laughing now. Anyway.
They made so much money. Like,
the thing is, even though he's dead in the new Marvel films, like, he's still in every single set of Disney of Lego's Wave this year. I
think even though he died in the films, I still think
so true.
Like, for example, in hologram stuff like that, we're going to see him again in the Marvel film. It's
but
it's annoying. I don't really want him to show up again because he's dead. Like
in the comic books, there was an artificial version of him anyway, so he could come back as an artificial, as a hologram of himself. So.
It'll be someone else like Batman. They'll carry the cowl because they're carrying on the MCU. Someone else will take that mantle, just like the Captain America.
Yeah, with Falcon becoming Captain America.
Yeah, I think that's what they'll do. And it'll probably be a woman or something. Because they're changing.
Oh, it's going to be a woman. Yeah.
Pepper Potts is Rescue, so that's kind of a female Iron Man.
Well, that will be it. It'll be Pepper Potts, won't it? Will be the new Iron Man.
Yeah.
I reckon it's going to be his daughter. It's going to be his daughter.
Actually, yeah, Morgan.
Pepper Potts is Rescue. She's rescuing the comic. She's rescuing the film. She's always going to be rescued. It's going to be his daughter. And to be fair, in the comic book, she's not bad. I wouldn't call her good, but she's not bad. You know, so
she's not bad, everybody.
Not bad.
Yeah.
The problem is she's quite new, so her stories haven't quite got there yet. So.
No, she's really young as well in Endgame.
Yeah, so, well, I mean, that won't stop. That won't stop Marvel from replacing that. Don't worry about that.
4 is what we need. We need Dark Knight 4. The ending was so good where you saw Robin seeing the bat suit. It's like, yes, we need that.
And then the film's over.
Yeah, Levitt would be awesome as Batman.
He would have been good. He would have. That was the thing. When I heard that he wasn't coming back to make any other trilogy of films, I'm like, what? You've left it like that, and you're not going to continue.
It's so good. I mean, that's because he knows. Like Tim Burton knew. He did the first 2. He's like, I ain't touching that third one with a 10-foot barge pole. And look what happened. We got nipples on the batsuit, and then we got the Batman and Robin, the worst film ever made. So,
Cut the Craggle says it'll be Ironheart like the comics.
Oh,
oh God!
I'll tell you what. when you look at like just going taking a step back, I was watching I don't know if you've seen this, but there's a documentary about the making of the Mandalorian.
Yeah.
John Favreau sitting there talking about all the films that he's been on. He's like, yeah, when I was working on Lion King, when I was working on Elf and Iron Man, he's done so much stuff.
He's done loads.
I didn't even realize he did some stuff he's done. Like,
this is what really makes me laugh is, so obviously where he's sitting there with Kathleen Kennedy and the other producer sitting there, and he's kind of sitting there, it's like, yeah, I've done doing this and that, and then Kathleen Kennedy says, yeah, well, while I was assisting this mate, I was like, hang on a second, see, you were assisting someone, you're there talking to this director, and you're just talking about you're an assistant for a director. Step up your game. Say that
he's an incredible actor, so he knows what he wants from it as well. Because I remember the first time I ever saw him was in Friends. He's Phoebe's boyfriend.
It is a little French trivia for you. He was actually going to be Joey.
Originally. Yeah.
He was originally.
He wrote some of the earlier episodes. John Favreau. So
I haven't even seen Friends.
I mean, in terms of like impact on the movie industry, how Robert Downey Jr. must get paid like a ridiculous amount more than John Favreau for going in the movies for like 20 minutes. Like you say, like in Iron Man was a quarter of the movie's budget. John Favreau, that is where I feel like John Favreau needs to get so much more money for what he does.
Yeah.
The thing is though, like with John Favreau, it's the same with like Simon Pegg and all of those. You can tell he has actual love for the canon. Love. Like Mandalorian, it's not actually that good, the story, in my opinion. What we've had so far. But it's the detail that makes it so. Like the first episode, if you actually skip through all the bits where he's walking, it's about 10 minutes long. But it's all about him walking and the pace and the little details. The eye that comes out of the door, just like Jabba Hutt's palace, and the little references to episode 1 droids and all. It's just so well done. You can tell he knows the story.
Oh, he knows. He knows the universe. I mean, the thing is, Favreau has got probably the closest thing to George Lucas that Disney's got at their disposal. And so I've just
I think Dave Filoni has that mantle personally.
That's what I Dave Filoni. He's the closest person to. That's who I'm talking about, Ro. He's the closest person to George Lucas because he was the mentor from George Lucas. So he understands the universe, and having Jon Favreau as a passionate director as well, it is the perfect combination to make some incredible TV series. I really pray. Jon Favreau. Come on, he is the young George Lucas for the Star Wars universe. He knows what needs to be.
Yeah.
See you later. Hit the bricks. See you later, mate. Thanks for coming on.
I think what it comes down to is Dave Filoni clearly knows how to tell a story, and Jon Favreau clearly knows how to make a story visually stunning. I think that's the combination.
Yeah.
I mean, like,
if those two become president or producers of every Star Wars film to come, sign me up. I could, but the problem is that won't happen because they're not businessmen. They're not. It's nothing
to do with that. I don't know if Dave Filoni would want to do a film.
No, I don't think he would.
Dave Filoni's good at animations. He's not necessarily very good at.
Well, no, this is his first into it now, isn't it? This is his first kind of like. He's.
Never mind. Sorry.
Go on, bro. Go on. Sorry, yeah.
I was just going to say that the important thing with Dave Filoni doing shows is that it gives you a lot more time to get important details in. By having a film, you are limited to a 1.5 to 3 hour slot to tell your story. By having shows, he has more hours, more time. He could plant a seed in season 1 of something and then not bring it up again until season 7. If I bring it up in season 7, it connects so much more stuff, for example. He does it in Clone Wars.
At the same time, at the same time, though, there's an argument to say there because you look at like Empire Strikes Back. That's at the time that was the longest Star Wars film made. And there's so much detail, and the plot moved around, not at a brisk pace. It started off fast, but then after that, it slowed down and it concentrated on the characters. It knew what it wanted to do, and then obviously, and obviously that's why everyone classed it as the best Star Wars film ever made. And I think Jon Favreau And Dave Filoni has obviously taken that from that. And you look at the Mandalorian, it focuses on the main character. You know who the Mandalorian is. You don't know what's under the mask, but you know who he is. And I think that's what Star Wars movies really. What is that noise? I'm hearing a beeping.
Sorry,
it's someone's washing machine.
My text messaging on my computer.
Sorry. Oh right.
I thought your washing was done.
It's really annoying. You can't tell what, because I'm like, even though my phone's here, it'll message me on my laptop for some reason. Sorry.
Does that mean Discord as well?
So all of the Face Production says, and who is directing the Kenobi series?
Deborah Chow is exclusively directing.
Kathleen Kennedy.
She did some of the Mando episodes.
Yeah, didn't she?
I think Kathleen Kennedy's directing it, isn't she? I heard that's what she
No, she'd ruin it. She would ruin it.
Right, I'm going to come up here in a minute, bringing it.
I'm reading the Star Wars page, and the title says Deborah Chow to direct Obi-Wan Kenobi series on Disney+. Fresh off The Mandalorian, which Deborah Chow produced episodes on, Deborah Chow will helm the upcoming live-action series starring Ewan McGregor.
Kathleen Kennedy, I think she's...
see, that's why I'm looking forward to Kenobi, because we're going to get, like what Chris said, and Solo, we're going to get some in-depth characterization about stuff, which is why I'm kind of into the series thing. Craggle says a thing as well. He says Dave Filoni directed one of the episodes on The Mandalorian.
Yeah, he did. Yeah, he did.
I think that is his kind of his first immersion into actually doing it to see what he can do with Star Wars and how he directs people, as opposed to
wasn't it episode 2 he directed, weren't it? I think
so.
Not 100%.
Deborah Chow did 4.
And of course, he's an X-Wing pilot.
He was, yes. I was surprised to see that. I was like, hey!
And of course, for those who don't know, Dave Filoni is Chopper.
Yeah, actually, that's pretty cool.
He's Chopper.
That's
and
funny.
Stormtroopers Start Rebels, which are some of the funniest scenes.
Yes, they are.
Yeah.
And of course, Amanda as well as some other cool Stormtroopers stuff.
She says Kathleen Kennedy has to be fired.
So Dave Filoni did the Gunslinger episode 5.
The Gunslinger episode.
Oh, that's a pretty good one. I enjoyed that.
Wait, which one's that one? Sorry.
That's the one where he goes on the quest.
Stephen King novelized
the new bounty hunter, and then it's going to the desert. It's the one where everybody thinks it's Cad Bane or Boba Fett.
Yeah, at the end with the clinking boots or whatever or something.
That's a reference to Stephen King, The Dark Tower.
To be honest, I was actually more glad that they've actually hired Taika Waititi to direct the films. Taika Waititi, that's it. To direct the films, and also he had complete control of the last episode. I was like, and he's a voice actor for the droid as well. It's like
IG-11.
IG-11, yeah. I love him. All the films he's done so far, he's just brilliant.
Jojo Rabbit was one of the best films I've ever seen. It is such a good film.
That is so good. So good.
Thor Ragnarok, I enjoyed that. He put a new twist to Thor, I thought.
What twist to Thor was that, Brixo?
That was the third one, Ragnarok.
Oh, Mrs. Brickinet is off. See you later, Mrs. Brickinet.
Take it.
Yeah.
Mrs. Brickinet says, right, I'm off. Enjoy the rest of the evening.
I looked at Pixar, and I think it's because she's on the watching television.
She's not going to come down and make sure you finish off your set properly, is she?
I don't know. I think the Jags looking terrible one side and okay the other.
Oh dear.
Yeah, I think it's the penultimate episode Deborah Chow directed of Mandalorian. Just by that episode alone, just gives me a lot of faith in the Kenobi show, and I'm really excited for it.
Yeah,
I think Kenobi's going to be brilliant.
To be honest,
he's a very good actor.
Yeah.
To all the Star Wars haters out there that think Star Wars is dead, I'm sorry. The future is very bright for Star Wars. This has only just begun.
I'll tell you what.
That's when the fun begins.
I don't know if any of you are on prequel memes Reddit or on Reddit at all, but there is so much love for Ewan McGregor, like a ridiculous amount of love for Ewan McGregor, and I'm just so excited for this.
What's funny, Ewan McGregor hates Star Wars fans. He absolutely hates them.
Everyone,
he hates them.
On the prequel memes Reddit, it's literally just memes of people proclaiming their love for Ewan McGregor. That's all it is.
Ewan McGregor doesn't like Star Wars, just like think he doesn't like
Same
it.
as his uncle.
I know you're going to say William Shatner doesn't like Star Trek fans.
I don't know about William Shatner, but no, I think obviously Harrison Ford doesn't like Star Wars either. But what's he called? Qui-Gon Jinn doesn't like Star Wars fans either. I can't remember his name.
Liam
Neeson.
Yeah, Liam
Neeson.
I don't think anyone likes Star Wars fans, to be honest.
Yeah, because you can't please them. They keep moaning whatever happens.
No, I'm sorry, but I'm going to speak up here for to speak on Disney's behalf on this one. I'm sorry, but they've started out on this new Star Wars films. All right, we can argue they've rushed it a bit, and there's elements of it. But this is Disney we're talking about. They're not just going to let it die. They've stumbled. People hate the prequels. People hate these ones. There's no such thing as the perfect Star Wars film, but there is loads to come yet. So
I think
sit back and enjoy.
Shows like the Clone Wars, the Mandalorian, and have proven you do not need Star Wars films to keep Star Wars fresh and exciting. Clone Wars was over in the period that Clone Wars was out. There was 5 years of no Star Wars film, and it was still one of the best animated TV shows produced at the time.
Well,
it's still one of the best Star Wars things ever.
During the dark times before the prequels. Because basically it was just the games and the comics and the extended universe that we liked as Star Wars fans. And some of the games are the greatest games of all time. There was a game called Dark Forces 2, if you remember that. That was amazing. Knights of the Old Republic was absolutely brilliant. And so this is what I'm saying.
See, this is what I'm saying to everyone out there that says that EA, that Disney should, give up EA. Who created the Knights of the Old Republic? It, all right. It wasn't underneath EA's banner then, but
BioWare was.
But it's Lucas, not BioWare. Yeah, but that was before EA actually took over. And even now, the Knights of the Old Republic, or no, it's just called the Old Republic now, isn't it? I can't remember. Yeah, the Old Republic. It was BioWare. It was whoever created Mass Effect anyway. But I think that was before EA bought them out. I think it was. But they're still supporting a game that's no longer canon anymore, which is the Old Republic, who's made some of the best visual game Star Wars movies or things for the internet to watch. They are absolutely stunning to watch.
I'm pretty sure the Old Republic. Surely the Old Republic is canon because on I got
the
visual dictionary for the Rise of Skywalker has like a Sith Trooper Legion that's called like Revan.
Jewel Base Productions asked which game is Starkiller in. That's Force Unleashed, mate.
Oh, that's a good game.
Also, they've recently brought back Revan, for example.
From the
Heroes. So they're taking parts of the game back into canon, the whole thing. But also,
the whole thing.
To respond to your point, Soda, I disagree that EA are vital to Star Wars games. For example,
no, I'm not saying they're vital. I'm not saying they're vital.
I disagree with the fact that they need to have. I would be happy if EA no longer had the Star Wars license. I think Respawn, for example, have clearly shown other game companies can make brilliant single title Star Wars games.
Yeah, exactly. It's all owned by EA. Respawn's owned by EA.
You look at other EA games. For example, FIFA. It's a popular game. It's not very good. Battlefront 2 took over a year to become decent. So
and you look at Battlefield 2 now is actually now EA's most successful game of the last 2 years. It's overtaken their flagship game, which is Battlefront. It's absolutely annihilated. I mean, they've just had 3 million more people that's just decided, let's jump on it.
Are you saying Battlefront 2 or Battlefield 2 is the most successful?
Battlefield 2. I always get them. Yeah, Star Wars Battlefront 2. Battlefront 2 is EA's most, and they've even said now they are now going to be. I mean, obviously they're now seeing their pockets now fully being lined. Now they're obviously going to be doubling down, so they're saying, on new Star Wars projects. So, to be honest, I'm pretty excited to see what they're going to come up with, and I hope to God they're going to do it downside better than what they have, because I agree with you. I agree with you 100%, Rogue Runner, that EA hasn't done a good job up until now. But I mean, now with Nights with what do you call it? Oh god, my brain's gone dead. But with the Battlefront 2 and obviously the recent one that's coming out, and now with
I just want to ask Soda, where did you find the thing on it becoming the most successful game? I just want to read it. I'm just curious.
It's actually it's on some of the gaming things that I watch. It was the last one that I watched. I think it was
things from 2017.
Hang on a second. Let me have a look. Let me look on my feed. Let me have a look. Hang on. Give me 2 seconds. Talk amongst yourself.
Okay. But yeah, like Respawn have proved that another title, LucasArts, they brought back, that'd be great. They won't, but that'd be great. So I think EA are big in terms of getting hype for the game. EA are good at that. But for producing the game, I don't think they're as crucial anymore.
Guys, tell me though, what don't you like about EA in the way they produce their games? What is it? What they do?
Battlefront 2 with the microtransactions at the beginning.
Yeah,
essentially pay to win.
But this is my argument. That was at the beginning. They soon got rid of that. Yeah, that was only for a couple of weeks. They soon took it down after a couple of weeks. Yeah, I agree. They should never have put it back in there. But I mean, they took it out and then they reworked the entire game. They gutted it.
FIFA does the same thing, and then
FIFA hasn't changed.
BioWare as a company, they absolutely destroyed BioWare as a company with the new game that they did.
Oh yeah.
I forgot. I even forgot his name. I bought it and I played it for a week, completed it, and there was nothing more to do.
It's not the fact of the microtransactions. It's the fact that EA, they do it pretty much most of the time now. They will make 30% of a game and say it's a full game, and then you have to wait a year to get anything good. Battlefront 2 is a good game now, but it should not have taken 2 years to actually enjoy the game.
The problem is,
that's the problem.
It's also a model that other companies start following. Just like, I'm even going to pull this out now, but Nintendo and the Pokemon Company have done the exact same thing with Pokemon.
And it's like that, you got
Pokemon is awful.
BioWare. BioWare do exactly the same thing. The Call of Duty franchise are the worst for doing that. I mean, look at the latest one. You can't even upgrade your gun without spending 20 quid on like God knows what else. They are terrible.
Here's what I have with EA. They've done it several times, and to be honest, Fallen Order is the same. How long is the story in these games? Fallen Order is a single title game, not online. How long is the story? It's not that long.
Not long.
Oh, yeah, they're very short.
You know, Fallen Order is a praised game, but if you look into the details and reviews, there is always the point of the campaign's not long enough. Battlefront 2, advertising, the main adverts, all about the campaign. It's not long enough.
Sure.
But the thing is, I've played a lot of DICE games over the years, a lot of them, and none of their campaigns have been particularly long or particularly good. They've all been particularly rubbish. But their online service, their online games, have always been amazing and so stunning as well. Absolutely stunning to play. I mean, the Star Wars game, Battlefront 2, is such a beautiful game to play and to look at, and it's such a fast-paced game, and that's. I mean, I know obviously there's an argument made for that is why a lot of people buy games these days, because obviously the online community and all that kind of stuff. It's a really tricky situation that a lot of these game developers are in. But I think now with obviously the solo game. Oh God, my God, I can't figure the name of the game anymore.
Squadrons,
yeah.
No, not Squadrons. Not Squadrons. Yeah, Squadrons are the new ones, but the single player Respawn game.
Fallen
Order. I think that is going to wake up a lot of companies, including EA, to prove that not everybody is interested in a multiplayer game. I think that's a big wake-up call to a lot of companies. I mean, Squadrons, they've already announced that is not going to be a particularly big game. It's not going to be a supported game. It's not going to be, they're just saying you are going to be buying a complete game. It's all going to be there. It's not going to be a big game, but you got these online modes. You got this short story. This is your full whack.
It's going to be good.
That's
actually.
it. I think it's going to be really good.
The thing is with the gaming industry, and I know this fact because I used to be in it, is the fact that these companies, the majority of people that play video games aren't gamers. And what I mean by that is that you have the big companies, so FIFA, Call of Duty, Battlefield. These games aren't bought by gamers. They're bought by the people that buy 1 or 2 games a year, and that's the game for the year. So they buy FIFA, they spend hundreds of pounds on that one game, the same with Call of Duty, and that's why these companies see those games. They are the money makers. The great games like Zelda, they get great reviews in game, but they only sell 20 million, 30 million.
Right.
It's nothing compared to the bigger games, and that's why, sadly, they direct the industry.
It's like
at the same time, I think that the gaming industry, I mean, at the end of the day, I think everyone's got to make a choice. Everyone, because these games, and I know they're not cheap to make by any means. I mean, the graphics, there's everything that goes behind it, it is not cheap to make. And so everyone's got to make a choice. Do you want in-game purchases or add-ons and all this kind of stuff? Or do you just want a slightly less graphically beautiful game at a slightly cheaper price? And I think a lot of people have got to make that choice.
There's a lot
because
of
at the end of the day, the game industry's got to make money from somewhere.
There's a lot of other issues in the gaming industry as well, such as
there's loads.
If you look at Rockstar are one of the most successful gaming companies in the world. They have people churning out too many long hours for games. I mean, Nintendo had to do the same thing with Animal Crossing, and people were in uproar because it was delayed. But they said, we're not going to make our staff work long hours. It's just, there's lots of it. I mean, it's like all companies nowadays, but there are a lot of issues in the gaming companies as well.
But just going back to bricks for a moment, folks.
Yeah, we kind of strayed right off Lego.
Yeah, massive gaming tangent.
You can tell. Sorry, bricks. What did you say?
A massive gaming tangent.
Yeah, we'll come back to it. I'm always interested in games. I am. Wingler's Brick says, "Did Mega Construx replace Mega Blocks?" I think it did.
Yes.
I think so. Yeah.
Mega Blocks went bust. And then they rebranded it as Mega Construx. Same company.
Didn't know that.
Same thing.
But that they went bust a couple of years ago. But in the UK, it's really weird. So I think in America, Mega Blocks themselves, like the big ones.
Yeah.
I think that's still underneath the same brands, but like anything to do with Halo, Game of Thrones, and all that kind of stuff now comes with Mega Construx because that particular line went under a couple of years ago, and then they just rebranded it and just gone, that'll do.
The Halo one did pretty well, didn't they? That was like a huge thing. All the Halos, like Mega Construx stuff, sold really well.
Yeah, Mega Construx,
they're really good.
Does a load of
Halo stuff is brilliant.
They're really good. I've got I want to get another Pelican. I want to get the newer style Pelican because they look really good, and I love Halo. So I'm glad that there's a company out there, which is unfortunately not Lego, but they're really good. I can't knock them, and plus they don't use stickers. Everything you see on Mega Construx are prints. I hate it.
Studios.
See you, Takab. Oh yeah, Takab. I finished it. Sorry, earlier on, you're still building.
Yeah, take care, Takar. This has got to go. Very cool stream, as always. Yeah, take care, mate. Good to see you. Good stuff. Yeah. So, okay, here's a question then. So, how many computer games have we had out there that have actually then transferred over to, say, Lego, for example? So we had that battle pack come out last year or the year before. That was
that was.
Oh yeah, the Inferno Squad.
That was a good battle pack. Is there anything else that's kind of...
We've had two Battlefront battle packs in 2016. They were quite
We've had one Force Unleashed battle pack.
Did they make Spider-Man PS4?
Lego has done a couple.
Yeah.
They made a Spider-Man PS4 minifigure of San Diego Comic-Con. The white spider suit.
Yeah, let's face it, no normal human being can actually pay for those. So
true. Even I saw a used one really cheap.
The advanced suit, it was cool.
What are we looking at on generic?
Whoa.
Sonic!
For a moment, I thought that was a bubble bath.
Yeah, it looks very shiny.
I've got a bit of
LEDs.
It's not a very good angle, but the Sonic minifigure there.
The Dimensions pack.
Yeah, Bebo. So good.
Yeah.
Of course, Mario this year was a big computer thing.
Oh yeah, Mario. Of course.
Yeah, big thing.
I guess that's not computer, but that's more gaming thing. Mario.
Something like IDOS did. What's it called? Tomb Raider. But was that done in Lego? Because that'd be a good Lego.
A very good one for Dimensions was Portal. The Portal games.
Yeah, that was just
Mega Bloks had the rights to that for a while as well. Tomb Raider, but I don't think they've really done a lot with that. I think.
I was going to say Lego they could do Tomb Raider because it'd have to be like the Tomb Raider 1, where there were a lot more square graphics.
Hey, Bama Bricks. Bama Bricks is in the house, everyone. He's asking a question. He's asking a question to us and everyone else out there. He says, Bama Bricks says, for example, That is why Lego has started to change the image of the bigger sets, not for the AFOL. It is to target the adult hobbyist. That's interesting. They buy and don't expect anything extra. Most profitable.
Yeah,
simple. Pretty cool as well.
Yeah.
It's because he was agreeing with me to do with the gaming hobbyist that's what makes the most money. So yeah, Lego doing the exact same thing, and it's due to like people have started noticing, like, you know, people AFOLs, they don't want to see 5+ on the box, do they? They want to see 18+, so they can they
know it's for them.
Because then it's not like going into a magazine store and getting a magazine from the top shelf. You don't feel so unsocial.
Yeah. Well, it's like, I remember getting the Death Star from the Manchester Trafford Discovery Centre, and you have to walk miles, and I had this massive box, and it says 8+ on it or something. Walking, I'm like pretending it's for my kid or something, but everyone knows it's not for my kid.
And they all know it's for you.
Yeah, they all know it's for me.
I
remember doing that with the Batmobile. I walked up to the right at the front of the counter with the big Batmobile box in my hands. I couldn't see where I was going, and I could just see all the adults looking at me whilst I walked down the long queue. It was really funny, like I was getting it for my dad or something. Yeah, funny.
I love walking into Smith's because I'm just stood there. And there's all these 5-year-olds there. I probably look like I'm gonna try and like bully all the little kids. I'm just there like,
yeah.
I'm the same as you. I'm a 6-foot man standing there. I want that setup now.
Yeah, I say, I'm looking for this set for my kid. Blah 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 blah. I haven't got any children, so I don't know what I say.
Greg, I can't use that excuse. Yeah. Generally, she's the one running around my ankles, pulling off everything off the bottom of the shelf. I'm like, it's for her.
Steph some sets from in our shopping the other day from Tesco. She always asked me, what do I want for the shop? And I always look at Lego. But the sets that came were the wrong sets. Right. So she messaged a stern letter to Tesco, but she didn't say it was for me. She just said, I had a very unhappy person when I got home, making out a child, but obviously it was it wasn't happy with his poly bag that was the wrong one.
The thing is, Chris. You were crying in the corner going, they're going to poly bag. Just having a meltdown.
I might have a little tantrum in the kitchen, maybe.
Just see you there stamping your feet. I want that poly bag.
Not the Lego City one I asked for.
Oh dear.
I'm younger. I get away with it in Sainsbury's and everything.
Sainsbury's always
Lego
really
problems there
on stuff.
Yeah, I got this at Sainsbury's. This set here, $14.40.
Yeah, that's what I got for mine.
Yeah.
I tell you what, this is going for $12.99. Amazon, they're going quite far down recently in sales.
I've seen the Audis at £12 at the moment on Amazon on Britain.
Today, I think it was £45. The Ski City set, and that was really cheap. Things like
where's that? Where's that?
It's on Amazon. It's on Argos, but I think Amazon have price matched it.
All right, I'll have a look at that because I do like that set.
What's it called?
So that's the bit. That is the bit.
It's called. Let me have a quick look.
Chris,
that is the thing.
I'm going to do a snow section of it. So I'm going to do a snow section. So my city at the moment in my head is going to have the Lego shops in the middle, and then from that on one end there's going to be it's going to be like a snow scene, and at the other end it's going to be like a giant beach scene.
Nice.
Yeah, it's on a really good price, Greg, if you want to get that one, because it's usually quite expensive, the ski resort.
Also, I got the Junkman Roadhog set for 50% off at Argos.
What's that?
Titanium says that every time I go to Target and buy Lego, they ask if I want a gift receipt.
That's quite a good price at 45 down from 60. That's quite good for the ski.
But it's not Lego. That's just what it says. It's actually 70 quid, I think, on Lego.
All right.
No, you got to watch Amazon. You have got to watch them.
Also, if you want, Argos have got a really good deal that I got. The Overwatch Junkrat and Roadhog. They've still got that 50% off, so normally £45, $20.
The ski resort on Lego.com is $74.99.
Right. Oh wow. Okay.
And it's down to $45 at the moment.
That might have been Amazon where like £60 was their last price they had for it.
Sometimes they do that. I think it was Brick who messaged me the other day, and like they'd done the calculations or something wrong, so it made sets like £100 odd, and then off. Yeah, it looked hilarious.
Oh,
So there
okay.
was a calculation or something wrong.
Yeah, they're doing a lot of their ski stuff at a lot cheaper at the moment. So they're doing this. So the ski resort on Amazon is normally 60, reduced to 45, but that's wrong, isn't it? Isn't it? Didn't you just say it was more expensive? The ski
It's £75, yeah. So it's usually £75 down to 45. So it's almost half price.
That is very good, isn't it?
Yeah. Yeah.
There's only one left, apparently.
Oh.
Get it.
Buy it.
The thing is, the buildings in it though are kind of not full buildings, are they?
Yeah, it's like little half buildings.
See, the thing is, the one I want to get some of those 3-in-1 modular sets. There's the pet store, the toy shop.
They look good.
Yeah, they're the ones I'm kind of looking for. So I'm being quite specific. See, if I get the ski resort, at the moment it doesn't really, it's nothing much for a city to do there. One with the
It's
stud.
got some cool little builds, but not.
Hey, we've got one with the stud in the chat, folks. One with the stud. Nice to meet you, mate. Haven't met you before. Well,
name.
House of Bricks as well. House of Bricks is in as well. You know, mate.
Hey, how's it?
Yo, House of Bricks. How's it going?
Jewelface Productions says that Amazon is a dodgy place for newly retired sets.
Yeah. So that's, I
Very.
believe, more a case where that's third-party sellers selling them. And
Yeah.
of course, they're going to raise their
Horrible
prices.
there. Just bad.
Yeah. So, like, if you never buy a set that's retired off of Amazon, not only because you kind of maybe it not being legit, but also because the prices are like way too high. If you want to have a look at like what a decent price would be for something, go on Bricklink. That is the go-to site if you want to look for prices.
One with the stud asks, who on here makes a Lego City?
Well, Chris has got a Lego City, and I'm going to do a Lego City.
What was that?
That guy over there.
Everybody point.
I didn't even know what was the question.
Who makes a Lego City?
Who's the best looking one on the panel?
Oh,
Oh, Darren.
yeah,
Got a
I've
bit
got
of self-indulgence.
small Lego City at the moment. It's basically 2 streets. It's not massive. But yeah, I've got plans to move it upstairs in the near future. Jar Bricks, who's in the chat at the moment, he's got a really good Lego City in his attic. So
I want to get one in my room.
I just got to say one thing to Jar. Not only has he got I'm loving the new avatar, and he's doing a lot more, pushing more stuff out on his YouTube channel, folks. So do check him out. But congratulations, Jarv, on winning the title this week, my friend. Very well deserved, Jarv.
you mean a Liverpool title?
Yeah.
Of course.
No.
Momentous occasion.
Oh, Chris's face.
It's just football, isn't it? Who cares? Let's be
Oh,
honest.
I was so sad though. I
We're
wanted
not
Man
cool
City
here.
win it back.
We're not cool here. Who here watches football?
Wait, Chris. What side of Manchester?
No.
Are you?
I don't like either, so there's no point. Don't
Oh,
ask me.
okay.
Don't care.
If I ain't got an
Okay,
engine,
fair
I ain't
enough.
interested.
I'm more interested in ballet than football, probably. That's how
Oh, yeah.
interested I am.
I like
Thanks
ballet.
a lot.
I was thinking that he
You
said.
can't see me from the waist down,
No.
Greg.
I can tell.
Oh
Wait.
God!
The way you walk, I can tell the way you walk across your Lego room. I used to think, oh, he's got twinkle toes.
I glide. It's very hard to do the tutu in this weather.
See that there, this set. I think this set looks really good. That could look good
Yeah.
in a city.
Oh, it's
That could
great
be
for
why you
City.
in London.
It's amazing.
I tell you what, I bet Rebrickable will probably have a really good alternate build for that, where it's like a more of an actual house that would be more scaled to modular, I reckon.
When looking more and more at rebrickable sets, there's actually a really nice assembly square rebuild.
Right.
All right.
Look
It's a really nice Porsche rebuild for a Datsun, and I really want to do it. Big orange one.
Have you seen the Baby Yoda big
Yes.
figure out of
Yeah.
the normal
Oh,
usage?
the Yoda one. Yeah.
It looks
Yeah,
so
I
good.
looked at that, yeah.
I want to get that. I might do that with mine.
Why, thank you.
Productions. I don't know if any of you have seen this, but he bought so many Speed Champion sets.
Oh, really?
He bought so many Speed Champion sets, and I think he's doing it for like an investment. But I'm talking like a ridiculous amount. It's funny. So on that note, I was kind of wondering, what do you guys think of reselling Lego sets or buying for the purpose of trying to make a profit off of it?
I think it's very naughty, brick clicker, if he's still on. It's all he seems to do. Buy it.
It's literally what it does.
Yeah.
I see nothing wrong with it.
Yeah,
I don't-
I buy loads of Lego sets. I mean, my vaults are full of Lego that I just might not ever build one day.
Yeah, but that's different though. You're buying that though because you might build it at some point, and then if you don't, you've still got it boxed. You're not buying like
the people
because you know that you can sell them in the future.
I buy certain sets because I will just sell them on like later on down the line when they're getting close to retirement, because they're just not sets I'm interested in. Or if I have a set that I review, and like I said to Greg a few months ago, if I review a set, I don't like it, I generally will not keep it and I will get rid of it. Some of them I do just sell just for, well, because, but some of them, obviously a lot of them I do tend to keep as well.
I mean, I sold a couple of Series 20s, but that's because I bought the box because I wanted all the figures. So I bought the box, got the figures, and then sold the others. But for RRP, I didn't sell them for a profit. I literally sold them for what they were worth.
Yeah, I'm gonna do
I tend not to sell for a profit. It's just
yeah.
I mean, like certain ones that come close to retirement, I tend to keep around the same RRP for it. But sometimes, obviously, I always look at where the market's going. Like if I'm on eBay, I was like, oh well, that's £10 more. I don't want to lose out on that £10, so I will look at that and go, yeah, I will sell it for that £10 more. But also it pays for my Lego collection as well. So
I just like thing Barker, but not for a caravan. But I had to sell all my sets when we moved, and that's why I've only got minifigures from like my old collection because they were easy to store. So like, yeah, it's literally those minifigures. My Slave One and my Jabba's Palace survived my old collection.
Those aren't bad sets to have survived though. Did you say
that's pretty good sets?
Was that one you had?
Yeah, I had the UCS Hoth. I had the original UCS X-Wing, the TIE Fighter. I had loads of sets. I had most of that Hoth wave when it came out. A lot of the 2013 sets I had. I had Jabba's Sail Barge and never opened it.
Oh my god! Did you give that away?
I didn't give it away, that one. I think I sold it.
I've got the Sail Barge. It's amazing.
Yeah,
I actually quite like it.
That is an incredibly expensive
I've got
set.
the original Skiff one somewhere as well. Somewhere, like with the original Snarlack that looks a bit square. I've got the original one of that.
I got the 2012 one of that.
Yeah, that's that one. Yeah, I've got that somewhere.
Good.
That's a good set, yeah.
Awesome. Yeah, that one was easy to count. I do have the. I think it's the 2000. Which one is it, Rogue? Is it 2012 Millennium Falcon?
I'll see you later.
There's a 2011 Falcon which came with Darth Vader.
Tease.
Yeah, I've got that on my shelf.
Mine's the one with Luke Skywalker with the visor on.
Yeah, that's
the 2011 one. Yeah,
that's the one I got. Yeah, I've still got that one.
I love that Falcon.
So that's the Falcon I've got. That's at least in playset form, the last time they've done that Falcon. Ever since we've only had since, of course, Force Awakens, Solo, and Rise of Skywalker version. What I'd like to see them do is to revisit the original trilogy version and use the new way they've done the paneling with the curved pieces. They're all one piece to get rid of the gaps. I'd really like to see them do that, but I doubt it's anytime soon.
To be honest, hate me or love me, I'm kind of done with Lego making Millennium Falcons for the time being. There's so many of them. I just want them to go on to something else a bit. I know the Millennium Falcon is an iconic ship. They don't even, I mean, they could just make the set and they don't have to even put a name on it to know what it is. But at the moment, I'm just done with Millennium Falcon. We've had 3 of them within the last 5 years.
Too many.
Everyone takes the mick out of the Luke Landspeeder. I'm sorry, but the Millennium Falcon is worse.
Chris.
Yeah, and the X-Wing. Yeah.
Turn it away, turn it back.
That came out in
very much.
Was it 2017 that came out or 2018? Sorry, 17.
What's that?
2017. Falcon. Yeah, I think it's 2017. I think it was.
Yes, we had that in 17. Solo with the Castle Falcon in 18.
Yeah,
and the Rise of Skywalker last year.
So
again, at the same time, they're all different Falcons.
The thing is,
they're all different.
I probably will never need to buy a Millennium Falcon again. Like,
you've got the best one. You don't need it.
No, I don't want another one. Like, I only got that because I really wanted the original Millennium Falcon. but that was like $4 or $5 grand on eBay. I was never going to buy that.
Yeah.
So like that was just a good second place sort of thing. So yeah.
Yeah, no, it's no, I mean that is probably like the OG. There's no way that Lego can ever make that any better now than Millennium Falcon. That is what the one that you got there, bricking it, is as about as it's going to get.
Just superior.
It's just there's just no turning back from that.
You can't skip that either, can you? Because like you cannot go bigger than that because you're pushing on already it being too big.
It's too big now. It's too big now.
There's nothing they can do with it, like you say, so like. Unless they do it in like 30 years from now for like an anniversary, a re-release of that exact set, you can't do anything with it. It's perfect.
Yeah. So I mean, the thing. This is the beautiful thing about Star Wars. No, Brett, Star Wars is not dead. Trains is not the new Star Wars.
No Star Wars train. No Star Wars train, Brett.
The thing is, Star Wars is one of those kind of franchises where there's just so much they can choose from. There's so much out there that you could just kind of pick from, and I mean, because I think now they're kind of done with the original trilogy one. I'm kind of hoping now we'll get more prequel stuff from Lego next year. You may boo it, but I reckon that's the way they're going to go now next year. I think we're going to get I think that the Republic gunship is definitely going to be like number one, and then after that, that's where we're going to start getting like I would imagine they're probably going to mix it all up. More or less what they've done this year. They're going to mix it up. Bit of prequel, bit of sequel, and a bit of original. I think that's probably the way Lego's going to go because obviously there's no films coming out now. So I think they just got to keep mixing it up a little bit.
Yeah. What about any games? Any Star Wars games that they could add into the mix?
Just Squadrons.
You got Squadrons, and again, that's just X-Wings, Y-Wings, and TIE Fighters.
Even though they could do Fallen Order.
Millions of.
Do a Fallen Order 2 set.
Yeah, they could do a Fallen Order. I think, to be honest, I think they will because after the popularity of the Fallen Order, I reckon Fallen Order 2. I can't see us getting the Mantis.
I'd love to get a Mantis.
As much as a lot of people would love to see it.
Don't forget,
with that one big wing, the gravity
more stuff coming from what's his called? The Mandalorian.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, you got loads more to from that. That is brilliant.
I don't think we'll get a Mandalorian set. I really don't.
I think like the TIE fighter with
No. I'm sorry, Brickett. I've got to disagree there. I mean, look, we've got the AT-ST, and now we get the Razor Crest.
Yeah, but that's it though.
I mean,
but you got to bear in mind they are going to create more stuff now. I mean, let's face it, the Razor Crest is going to sell stupidly well.
Because of Baby Yoda as well.
The AT-ST, obviously, a lot of people
say that though, but it's only popular within the Lego community. It never sold out. It never sold out. Mario sold out within like 2 hours.
I'd like to make this point on the possibility of Clone Wars and Mando sets next year. The AAT and the Razor Crest sets highlight to me that Lego designers were not given that much on what was going to be in these shows. The AAT, for example, is a Season 1 Clone Wars set with a Season 1 box art with 2 Season 7 figures put in there, which is great.
Yeah.
But I think next year, now that these shows are out, we have a chance of getting at least some Clone Wars and Mandalorian sets. I don't think there'll be anything great. I think the most I can hope for is an ATT next year. I doubt it, but I'd love to see one. But again, I also think with Mando, there are things they can do like Moff Gideon's TIE Fighter.
Yeah, that'd be brilliant. Folding wings.
They'd have to try and stick on things that are iconic to the show. I don't see that TIE Fighter at the end, so I don't know if they do it. At least for now. I think they'll revisit it, but I don't think for now we're going to see it.
I don't think there'll be much Mandalorian at all. I think Mandalorian appeals more to the adult range.
Yeah.
And Star Wars, they don't do much adult stuff. If you look at it, they don't. It's more aimed at kids.
Star Wars has always been aimed at kids.
Yeah.
You could. I mean, you could argue that Millennium Falcon is probably like the only adult set they've ever done, but even then, it's still got a kid's big bloody 8 on there. Yes, man.
Barker Hayes asked a good question. He says, "Have any of you just bought the Razor Crest just for Baby Yoda?"
No,
it looks awful. I don't know if you guys have seen some of the newer images that have come out of it. We were talking about this yesterday, weren't we, Chris? It just looks awful.
It doesn't look very good, but I have bought the Razor Crest.
I think the Razor Crest itself, I'm not sure everyone's going to like it, because I tell you what, because when you open
The
it up,
interior is lacking on this set, but me and Brick, I remember we went over it a little bit more in detail. There are some parts that are quite nice. The carbonite area, for example, I didn't realize much last time I saw it. That's nice.
Very nice.
It screams the ghost to me in terms
But
of that.
again, to me, like the minifigure selection for this isn't very strong. So you've got a Mandalorian series. There's only been 2 sets made, and they're already remaking the minifigures.
Yeah.
So,
no Beskar steel armor.
Yeah. Well, there's only one new character. You've got
Great Father.
IG, which is just a reprint of IG.
Yeah, but you got to bear in mind. I mean, they're already creating the Mandalorian now, and obviously Disney's obviously seen how successful this has all made them. They've obviously this has put a lot of pennies in their pockets from this Disney Plus thing. But so Mandalorian the Mandalorian 2 is already in production, and you'll be damn sure they'll be creating more stuff to turn into toys.
So in that set, we get Grief Cargo, who is brand new exclusive. Baby Yoda is exclusive. IG-11, the figure's not so exciting, but is exclusive. And I don't know if the Scout Trooper is.
Yeah, it has pretty much. I'm pretty sure it has the.
IG-88.
Yeah,
it's IG.
The figure itself is not exciting. It's a new character though.
But it's that though.
No, I'm just saying that it's a new character, but the figure is not exciting.
The figure's just not exciting, but it's just new.
I don't know how they can get away with doing that though. It's like shocking.
So we got that, but I just think as well with Clone Wars, the reason why I think Clone Wars sets are more likely.
Clone Wars are definitely more likely.
Of Clone Wars, you get the ATT, the gunship, droid tanks. These things are already established in Star Wars. They are iconic to a degree. The Mandalorian, Moff Gideon's TIE Fighter looks awesome, but it's not got the iconic status yet. Razor Crest, you can consider because it's on all of the advertisements. Moff Gideon's TIE Fighter hasn't barely been seen yet. I think we could get one down the line. I don't think it's reached a stage yet where I think Lego will go, that's iconic.
To be honest, I don't think it has to. For Lego, I don't think it has to reach iconic status. Because you look at some of the stuff they've made in the past. You look at the Rogue Shadow. Half of the people wouldn't even know what the hell that even means. But to some of the people on the panel here, we know exactly what that is because that's from the Force Unleashed game. But that is not an iconic ship. Hardly anyone knows what that's about. Because it's from
the TIE Crawler as well from 2007. That's 2000 universe.
Yeah.
Look at the Ghost when it came out. Look at the Rebel frigate that's coming out this year.
The TIE Defender as well. No one knew what that was.
Disney had
a second Ghost, though, didn't we?
Exactly.
No, that's a good point.
And we didn't have all the characters from Rebels or the Clone Wars, and it's been going on for 14 seasons.
Yeah. So Disney it's been established, by designers talked about it. Disney has a major influence on the sets Lego produced for the Star Wars range.
Right.
The Ghost, for example, came out in 2014 to create hype for the Rebels show. That's why we got that set. It wasn't iconic, but Disney wanted to create hype for Rebels. Whereas, it's just how does Disney feel about Moff Gideon's TIE Fighter, or do they want more set? The ATST Raider, for example, I think we got because it's an ATST. It's iconic. The Razor Crest is a symbol of Mandalorian.
We're Mandalorian. You're still waiting now for Baby Yoda stuff to come out.
Yeah.
But I think that's. I mean, a lot of people blame Disney for that, but me personally, as bad as the choice as it was also, I think, a necessity because I think obviously John Favreau wanted Baby Yoda to be incredibly secretive about it. It's a shame that we got no merchandise from it from the beginning, but you could imagine everyone's going, "Oh my god, we've got this really cute Yoda-looking character coming out." It would have just spread like wildfire.
Yeah.
Because obviously,
it was. I don't get that. I don't really get that or agree with it anyway because it wasn't even a global premiere. So it was only out anyway. So
I mean, it was a terrible premiere in the UK because most people had already seen it.
Yeah, so it didn't matter anyway. It's like, oh, wait, great. So you're gonna do it for a couple of people that get Disney Plus when it comes out. And they wouldn't. Disney are all about money. They're not. It's not. That's not the reason that they didn't do it. I think that's a lie. It's a cop out because they're not gonna not make the toy because of a bit of secrecy. They'll want the money more than
yeah, of course they do. Yeah.
To be honest, I think that it would have been very easy for Disney just to bank on Baby Yoda doing really well, but that would have been a really huge risk to have taken with just making loads of merchandise on him. And as well, I mean, to be fair, I have to disagree. I think that they would have wanted to be secretive about it because, like you said, Solo, it would spread like wildfire and it really would have been a huge cop-out for the show and really possibly could have really affected the show.
Yeah, but you say that, though. Look at all the leaks for The Rise of Skywalker. They have it. So,
but I think there's two different arguments there because, like, Rise of Skywalker and The Force Awakens had loads of leaks that just kept pumping out. The Last Jedi had nothing. No one knew anything about that, what was going on behind the scenes, nothing. Even to this day, no one knows anything about how bad or how good it was behind the scenes. I think that just, Titanium.
I'll buy
I think
Titanium.
that just ultimately comes down to the studio and the director. And I think that it was just a bit of sloppiness coming from those two films. And I think that's exactly what The Mandalorian went for. They tried going for that secretive route and no one knows anything about. I mean, you look at like the big things that, the buildable figures. They gave Finn a lightsaber, not a gun, a lightsaber.
Yeah, he should have had a gun. Like,
Yeah,
he
and
held the lightsaber for like 2 seconds.
Ironically, I really think they should have looked at The Last Jedi and how to do publicity stuff. It's been regarded as one of the worst films made in the last like 5 years. So
yeah, but it was the most.
I also think with the whole Baby Yoda argument is that I don't think it was necessarily them wanting to keep Baby Yoda secret. I think the idea is Mandalorian was one of the main things they had to really hype up Disney Plus. They kept all of them under wraps. Moff Gideon, Moff Gideon we saw for a split second, fair enough, but his whole character, the majority of the plot was kept under wraps to make you want to subscribe to Disney Plus and find out about the plot. The Baby Yoda stuff as well, the merchandising. I think that was mainly the reason why we're getting it a little late, perhaps, is because they wanted to wait until everyone had Disney Plus around the world at least, or at least the majority of the world to have access to Disney Plus, then release the merchandise. Therefore, all these markets will have interest. That's how I see it.
They can get the most money.
But again, you think Disney is a multi-billion-pound company that couldn't even set a streaming channel up to launch globally? That's just a cop-out.
Well, I know why
they were just testing it when they launched it in the US.
I do actually know why they couldn't do it in the UK first, because of Sky. Sky had the right.
Yeah, what were you saying?
Yeah.
What were you saying, James?
Yeah, God,
I was just saying how disjointed it was with the UK setup, because everybody had watched it. Nobody's going to lie. Everybody had watched it and like pirated The Mandalorian before Disney Plus.
And it's the same.
I couldn't.
YouTube. It's the same with the Sky stuff. Going back to Solo's argument, like they already stopped. Like Netflix lost all its stuff ages before. They already knew this was coming. I don't think Sky had anything to do with it.
No. It wasn't that Sky had anything to do with it. It was just because they had the contracts to run Star Wars stuff. That was the only reason why they couldn't release it in there. Sky had like such a firm grip round it.
They still could have launched Disney Plus in the UK though without Star Wars easily.
Sorry,
they still could have launched Disney Plus without Star Wars though.
But I think that was
true.
But the Mandalorian was like the thing to launch Disney Plus out with.
I was in California when Disney Plus launched, right, and it crashed the first day.
Yeah, I know.
It's
terrible.
It's not acceptable for a company that's this big. It's one of the biggest companies in the world, and they just popped out on their streaming.
Also, just to quickly mention about Brixo's point about testing and things. The reason why it came to America first was not to test it. It came out in the Netherlands as a testing opportunity before Disney Plus officially launched. There are videos, for example, that highlight that. I think it was in the Netherlands and in some other countries, for example, they got a version of Disney Plus to test out and try. I think that it was very poor on Disney's part how it performed in America day one. Something that also frustrated me, though, is that it's how the Star Wars shows have been run in the UK for years as well. When we finally got Disney Plus, even though Disney knew, let's face it, a lot of the Star Wars fans in the UK had already seen the Clone Wars stuff through the internet, etc. Yeah, they still put us episodes. US were on the end of the Ahsoka arc. We were at the very start, and we had to wait and wait and wait. Mandalorian, you only got the first episodes, had to wait every week, and it was unfair. I think.
Completely agree, Rogue.
And if anything,
one thing I am.
Go ahead.
Go on, finish yourself. Thing off, right?
And I was just going to say as well, like, you think about, wanting to market Disney Plus as you want to stay subscribed, get the latest things. Well, there are people like that. I've seen your post about it on forums and stuff. If there's a way to people to find these things online before they come out in the UK version, why should they subscribe? I personally subscribe to it. I love it, but the way they're marketing it in terms of the initial delay, I think, lost a lot of people at the start of the UK. Now we're on level terms, although who's to say that when Kenobi comes out, America will get it first?
Well, also
one thing I could definitely
coronavirus.
Yeah, exactly. I was going to say that.
Yeah.
They had the luckiest like comeback ever.
Yeah.
And I think that's the same with a lot of streaming services.
Definitely.
They launched at like you cannot plan for something. Well, I mean, to be honest, Disney probably
Unless
did.
it was planned.
Yes, it was. Yeah.
Let's be
Be a good
honest.
cover up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cover up.
I mean,
didn't-
I think everyone here can agree that we are glad that we got the last 3 episodes the same as time as America of season 7 of the Clone Wars.
Yes, because that would.
Yeah,
Yeah.
100%.
Yeah.
That would have just been
Right.
ridiculous.
I think that was more of a case of the May the 4th event. I think that's
Yeah,
why
well, I mean, if you actually notice
like,
for the UK, they were pumping out 2 episodes at a time to catch
Although they
us up
did,
to
to catch
America.
up. But again,
Yeah.
why not just release them all at once? So
Yeah.
everyone's on the
Yeah,
same
it's-
frame.
Episodic is annoying because, to be honest, most people want to binge a season anyway.
Yeah.
And like,
And the
But
big
the
thing
thing-
about episodic ways of doing things, Rebels got a lot of criticism when it initially came out, and one of the big things in that, from my opinion, is that it was episodic. You had to wait week after week for what weren't the best episodes.
But they're doing away with it though, aren't they?
I recently rewatched Rebels on Disney Plus without having to wait every week, and it is brilliant.
It
So,
is. It really
and
is.
they're not doing away with episodic things to touch up
But-
because
But
Mandalorian.
that's the thing. Even Netflix are doing away with binge watching. So like the next load of like Stranger Things and all that kind of stuff, you now have to wait a week after week
No.
after week. Yeah, they've done away with
Oh.
it because what they're finding is, and obviously this is why Disney does this as well, and it's obviously I can't blame them. Is obviously you're gonna buy it 1 month and then get rid of.
yeah, it's a good point.
Yeah. I watched Stranger Things in 2 days. And like season 3 in 2 days, so I can see where they're coming from.
Yeah, and I think it's also
So-
about maintaining hype because, like, if you imagine Stranger Things, it was like a huge thing. Like season 2, it was
Oh,
a
yeah.
huge thing, and then kind of it slowly began to decline.
Yeah,
After a bit
because
of
they
time.
just
Yeah.
put them all out in one go. Oh, watch them all. Right, yeah, we go. Done with Netflix now.
Like
Yeah.
with the Mandalorian, it was like a big event every week where everybody was gathering around. It was going to
Hype.
have speculation every week. It was a big thing.
I
Yeah.
don't
That's
think
pretty
that-
good.
That's not the problem. The problem is that, like Rogue was saying, why does it have to be different in the UK than America?
Oh yeah, no,
Yeah.
We live in a global
Well,
society where
It shouldn't be the case anymore, Chris.
Hmm?
It really shouldn't be the case anymore. As soon as we
No.
get it,
Nah.
they get it, vice versa.
it's the same with. Well, it's not just Disney either. It's the same with like Rick and Morty. Like
Yeah,
I
oh,
love
God,
Rick
yeah.
and Morty, and same with Community. It came out way more earlier in America, so then people just illegally watch it, and then it loses the hype in the UK anyway.
Yeah, that's what happened.
A lot of
Star
things
Wars.
that's really sad for the actual production because then they'll cancel it because they go, oh, no one watches it. And it's like, no, they
Yeah.
do. You just didn't give them the opportunity to watch it
Nah.
correctly.
It's
Like-
the same with Ninjago, and I don't want to keep bringing up Ninjago, but like that, like they haven't released Prime Empire episodes yet, but they've released a trailer for the next season that nobody in the UK can legally watch.
It doesn't make sense.
That's why everybody's saying to actually just put the Lego shows on Netflix so that we can all just get them at the same time.
Yeah, so
Yeah,
like,
Netflix have got someone in Ninjago. They've got like 7 or 8 seasons of it, haven't they?
nine, they've got to nine.
Dual Face Productions, I strongly disagree on Rebels. I think
Yeah,
like,
oh,
yes,
I'm glad you said that, Rogue.
Story context, but
Yeah.
those episodes with a story context still do a lot for character building.
Yeah, they
introducing
do.
lore. The AP5 episode, people consider it filler. We get a
I
new
love
character
that.
in AP5.
That was
get proper
funny.
Character development, some cool tech stuff. Clone Wars had filler.
Clone
Yeah,
Wars
yeah,
had
so
loads of it. And the
Yes,
problem
I
is,
do.
I think the biggest problem was the Clone Wars that it was just all over the place. I mean, you have to now read a list to go back forward to really get the chronological way to actually watch it. And then even then, you're missing out loads of episodes because
It is
well,
stupid. Because like,
Yeah.
I mean, I was watching it. There's an arc where I can't remember who it was, but when they're on the station and then Thingy dies and gets shot or whatever. And then I've watched that. I was like, why is everybody so upset about this thing that happened in like one of the first couple episodes? We don't even know these people. And then
Yeah.
you go to, like, the next season, and then it cuts back to the beginning where they're all phase 1. I'm like, what?
yeah.
It's so
It's
distracting.
just all over the place.
I know obviously it's down to a lot of studio problems. Well, not studio, but what different departments getting things ready faster. But at the same time, you know, it's just like, come on, you are a massive studio. You could have got
I
this right.
strongly disagree with because George Lucas and Dave Filoni would sit that they've even documented this in video form on Star Wars' own channel. There was story team. They did every season together. There were plans there. The going back and forth thing was intentional on season 3. It was.
I think it was not. I think they did have a lot of animation problems. I know they definitely had different studios trying to doing different things.
Yeah,
which
I
I
think
think
they just couldn't concurrently run all the stories at the same time. But
they couldn't.
that just went on for years, though, didn't it?
Yeah. Oh, well, I think it was only really season 7 that kind of like. Well, actually, no. Even season 7 doesn't really. It's only last 3 episodes. Like it's just like the arcs are the only things that they ever kind of kept right because it's season 7. They really didn't have a lot of damn choice, to be honest with you, especially the last 4 episodes.
Season 5 was the best season of Clone Wars.
Was that? Oh yeah, I liked it.
Season of Clone Wars.
I think season 7 was ruined a bit because there were so many episodes that were cut, and there's you can watch the unfinished episodes, and there's a really good one where Anakin and Obi-Wan are kind of like camping out, and you get this lovely scene where Anakin says to like Obi-Wan, he's like jokingly, "Oh, I would never betray you, or I'd never like fight you because we're brothers, whatever." And it's just like, why do we have to miss out on all of that? It's just it's so upsetting.
Yeah, it is upsetting. And to be honest, I really think that Disney could have done it. Well, I mean, I don't think there's any excuse on this planet to say, well, you've got these the episodes are finished. They just needed rendering.
Yeah.
Why not? You've done the Bad Batch and you've done that weird Ahsoka one in the middle.
No.
If you want a filler episode, there's one for you.
That was bad.
Even if you took those 3 episodes out and put the crystal one in there, the crystal heist.
I get why they left them out personally because this is how I think it went down. Disney goes to Filoni. Okay, we know you've got all these projects going on. There's a new animated show coming out this year. I don't think you have that much time to work on Clone Wars.
No.
So you've got this new show. You can have 12 episodes. Go. They go. Okay, which 2 characters do we want to really finish Clone Wars out and really revolve this around? Rex and Ahsoka. They're 2 original characters. They're the icons of Clone Wars, of the show. Therefore, let's give 12 episodes to really round off their characters and really cement them as icons of Star Wars. So we got the Rex arc in the Bad Batch, we got the Ahsoka arc in the Sisters arc, and then of course we got the Mandalore arc, which highlights Rex and Ahsoka. That's why I don't think we got the Cad Bane arc or the Crystal arc.
I
think
they
are very important to the story of Star Wars and the story of Clone Wars and the development of Rex and Ahsoka, which the show does revolve around quite a lot. They're not as important.
Because you actually look at that Ahsoka arc is actually because obviously they took the male character out of there. It was almost like a young Han Solo kind of style character in the pre-render version, and they've replaced him with these 2 women that were in it, or the 2 girls that were in it. So obviously they were able to create new characters. I think you're right, Rogue. I think they were on a time limit and probably on a very strict budget, because obviously they blatantly blown all their last budget on the last 4 episodes. But I still think that me personally, I still don't think that's a good enough excuse. They could have given them more time. They knew it was going to be successful, and let's face it, it's going to be aired on Disney Plus. Have 18 episodes, and then that's 18 episodes that is people locked in now to Disney Plus to watch it.
However, with Disney, I think there's it's quite clear of Disney. They're all about going forward, moving forward, new ideas and new projects. I don't think they were as willing to go back. Of course, I love Clone Wars. It is my favorite show of all time. But I just think from the perspective of Disney, they don't want to have to. They didn't want to have to go back, and do Clone Wars. I think what they wanted to do, they knew there was Clone Wars hype. They knew they wanted Disney Plus subscribers. What do? They give some Clone Wars to hype up Disney Plus, and it worked, 100%. So I'm happy we got the 12 episodes. But I just think, I think the time limit, I understand it. And also, Dual Face Productions, I'm not so sure if it's coming out this year, but it's supposed to be announced this year. They were going to announce it at Celebration, so probably around August, they'll announce the new Star Wars animated show. We're not sure what the show is yet, but we'll wait and see.
It's like Freemakers Adventures, the spin-off. Everybody's
Shut up. Don't say it, generic.
Yoda Chronicles.
That would be funny, though, the Freemakers.
That was all. There's so many random Disney Lego Star Wars shows. Like you had the Yoda Chronicles with Jack 14.
That was weird.
It's just so weird.
I think it'll be like that Republic thing that they're doing because they're doing the comics and books, weren't they, on that Republic stuff? Do you remember the old Republic stuff they were doing?
Mm-hmm. High Republic.
There's been a lot of rumors about Republic, hasn't there?
Chris, isn't that the way the Star Wars is going now, though, with this big universe that comes from comics, books, and the movie?
I mean, it's what it always used to be, but just Disney kind of killed it all, didn't they, and started it again. But I mean, they redid all the stuff with Marvel and things and started it all from scratch and stuff like that. So yeah, I think it'll be more of that stuff they'll do, and maybe tie in the games as well at some point.
Yeah. Also, Tech Productions argues that Bad Batch arc did very little for Rex's arc, and I disagree. The whole reason why they go after Echo is Rex. Rex is the one who talks about how, never leave a man behind and thing, and showing loyalty and how he has emotion. And at the end of the arc as well, he says pretty much says to Echo, you do what you want to do. You can either come with us and come back to the war, or you can go off and go on your own adventures if you want to do it. And we know what happens. So I think it was all about Rex just kind of.
I'll tell you one thing. I really want to
and their own purpose and their own personalities.
I mean, I know we're probably going to get it answered in a comic book, I guess, at some point. But I just wish they showed the characters that they introduced in the Clone Wars, like the Bad Batch and like them, like just like they did in Episode 3. Just showing little segments. Did they actually execute? Could they execute Order 66? I mean, because they're mutated soldiers. So did they have the implants put in there? Could the implants work? That's what I mean, they could have just showed them like kind of turning away, like, or standing there in horror, or execute, because we know where they were on Kashyyyk. So I mean, it's just like little things like that. It's just little as perfect, as really good as those last 4 episodes were, they still did not feel as impactful as they quite possibly should have been.
Yeah, and I just wanted to make say one thing. Is I personally thought it would have been a bit better if they hadn't have found Echo, and it was more a thing of just Rex realizing that he is kind of alone, and I think that probably would have been more.
That would have been better.
Echo being found was a bit of a cop out. It was like, oh well, you just completely ruined that whole thing where it was a really sad time, and he's just come back to life. That's all it was. He just come back to life. Like it's just.
Dualface says they've heard. Yeah, there's a rumor going around that the new series is going to be a sequel to Rebels, but there's also a rumor going around that it's going to be between Clone Wars and Rebels, and it's going to be some of the Clone Wars characters in the early days of the Empire. For example, how does Rex find Wolf and Gregor? Why has Gregor turned crazy? How did Gregor even survive? What happened to him in season 5?
It's just but you see, again, it's just these open questions that could have quite easily been answered in the Clone Wars that they just didn't. Don't get me wrong, that closing scene on the Clone Wars was perfect.
I loved it. I don't care about the rest of it. The whole of the Clone Wars, I quite frankly, I mean, don't get me wrong, I love it, but those last 4 episodes, just watch them, and it's brilliant.
Yeah, but in particular, that whole striking shot with transitioning from Ahsoka over to Vader walking along, that was perfect. I mean, I wouldn't want it to transaction over to Ahsoka finding Wolf and all that kind of stuff, because I think that would have really ruined it. But I think they could have done something before that scene, like them finding Gregor or them finding Wolf, and all that kind of stuff. I think they could have made it a little bit longer. I mean, why did it have to be half an hour long? Why did that episode have to be half an hour long? They could have made it an hour long.
I think the issue inherently for me is that, like, because obviously Clone Wars was cancelled and then they had Rebels meant that we knew what happened inevitably. So I felt like the end of Clone Wars was kind of just getting everybody into their places ready for Rebels. It's like, all right, we got to get Ahsoka over here, make sure Maul goes off in his ship, make sure Rex is doing this. It's like, it's really predictable what's going to happen. There's no sort of real tension there.
I mean, that was the fair. I totally agree with you there, I mean, because that whole, when it got to Order 66, I'm not sitting there kind of like biting my nails and like, oh my God, are they going to survive? I think because of Rebels, they both survive, and you're just kind of like, well, that was interesting. It was beautiful to watch, and it was really good to watch, and how they shot it. But I think if they didn't show Ahsoka and Rex still alive in Rebels, I think you would have been sitting on the edge of your seat going, oh my God, they're going to die. And like seeing Rex execute Order 66, you would have been sitting there like crying your eyes out because, oh my God, is Ahsoka going to like slice him down? It's just those little things that just kind of ruined it for me personally. I still love it though. Don't take it away. I still love it. It's just little things like that.
But in Rebels, Ahsoka versus Vader is one of the best pieces produced in any Star Wars show.
Oh, that was good. That was good.
Yeah.
Really good. Really good.
So, and then also as well with Rex and Ahsoka in Rebels, it drove up more hype for the show, which the show desperately needed. So I understand why they put them in, because at the time Rebels wasn't doing. There was a lot of just people didn't really care about it. As soon as Ahsoka and Rex got announced, everyone got interested in Rebels at the time, or at least a large chunk of people did. And Thrawn as well. So I think it needed some of those characters, which is good.
I remember when you said Thrawn could potentially come in the new movie.
Yeah,
That'd be awesome.
I theorize he's going to be in Mando season 2.
Yeah.
Hasn't an Ahsoka been cast? I don't know. Is that still rumoured? Has that been officially?
It's not been official. It's not been officially announced. It's supposed to be announced at Celebration, but again, we don't know if it's for Mando. It could be for something else. We don't know. But
I reckon Mandalorian season 2. I think it's going to be a few episodes where mostly going to be set up for new characters. For different episodes. I reckon they could do a little transition to Tatooine. And there's like Obi-Wan in the far distance. Ooh, new TV show.
I'd rather them not put like Ahsoka and Rex in these. I'm okay with them being in Mando. I'd rather the focus be on the original characters, because Ahsoka and Rex, they're cool. But I love one of the beautiful things about Mandalorian. All the characters you care about in the show are original characters. Yeah. There's not Obi-Wan, there's not Darth Vader, it's all original characters.
I mean, that's the recent rumor going around that
it feels so fresh, and why it's getting so much praise, because they're able to establish these characters without having to piggyback off these characters already established decades ago.
But I think that's going to be the big unfortunate thing about like going forward a Mandalorian, because obviously they've already said that they've now got to find someone who knows how to control the Force. So obviously they're going to be looking for someone, and the only one that we know about at the moment is Ahsoka and Luke Skywalker.
Well, so they said they're going after Baby Yoda's species. I don't think they meant someone in particular. I don't think that means they have to go after Ahsoka. They could bump into Ahsoka along the way, but I don't think they're looking for a Jedi specifically. No. Remember at this time as well, the Jedi is still somewhat a myth. They're not a galaxy-wide known thing.
Oh, yeah.
I was just saying, with Yoda's species, it's quite well known that they're. So I'm pretty sure that they have like the way that their body work and their species is very sort of related to the Force, and the way that their organs function and the way that their brain works and things. So I think that if they actually do find a planet with that species on, that could possibly link into a couple of other Jedi, like Force ghosts and things. And
I think Brixo, you got something to say, on you?
Oh yeah.
Yeah. No, I'll be off in a minute. I just got to ask Greg. You said you'd be winding down soon. How long would that be specifically?
The usual 3 hours, mate.
No, I think I'll just go right now. I think so. Yeah, I'm off.
Okay.
Take care, Brixo.
Yeah, thank you for having me. It's been great here.
Brixo, you got anything coming up on your channel in the next?
Well, today I've done the Borrow review finally.
Oh, cool.
That's up if you want to check that out. I've got Blocks should be coming out soon. The new Blocks magazine. Also another one, the Lego Star Wars magazine for this month or something. Very, very soon. And also I've got a Junkrat and Roadhog review coming out soon. That's going to be the sort of new style of video. So I'm excited to do that.
You're doing a Star Wars magazine review as well?
Yes, the one with the A-Wing build in it.
Yeah, I got mine coming out in a couple of days.
Yeah. I got mine soon. I got it today. My mum got it for me.
Oh, cool. All right. That'd be interesting, folks. You can see the difference between how I review and how he reviews.
Yeah.
That'd be interesting. Good stuff. Well, it's have you looked at the magazine yet? What did you think of it?
I haven't looked at it at all.
Oh, okay, cool.
Waiting for my reaction on the video. Yeah.
Take care, Brixo.
Yeah. See everyone later. Bye-bye. Bye.
Yeah, take care, mate. Do check out Brixo Studios channel, folks. He does some good stuff, and he does magazine reviews as well, which is always good. So yeah, I think where we at, folks? We are at 2 hours 53. I think now is a nice time to sort of park the stream, talk about what everyone's up to. Solo, what did you build tonight?
I have built the Burrow. Look at that. It's been 3 weeks and a week and a bit in the making, but it is there. Yeah.
Is that top bit slanted slightly, or is that how it's?
Yeah, no, that's how it's supposed to be.
Built it wrong.
I wouldn't be surprised.
Those 2 pieces you couldn't find earlier.
That does look like a kind of unorthodox bit of Lego building going on there, Soda.
It is. It's very clever. So this is actually held on by two. It's actually very good how they do it because so underneath here, if I don't break it, so what they've done is they've put 2 lower bits down here, and then they've put little, I don't know whether you can see there, little slope pieces just here to get the angle of the dangle down. It's very good. I thought it was very, very clever technique going on there. So I did make sure I didn't build it right, and it is shown like that on the box as well. So I'm not completely bad.
As long as you're sure, Solo. As long as you're sure.
I'm never sure.
I think your box was misprinted, Solo. It's supposed to be straight.
I wouldn't be surprised. But that's what it looks like from the front door. I'm guessing that's the front door. I don't know. I've been told off God knows how many times about this set, and I keep getting things wrong. And there's the back door. There you go, the back of the house. Ta-da! And I'll tell you what, it is really well detailed, actually. I mean, don't ask me what any of it is because I ain't got a clue, but it's pretty cool. It's got nice little dinner bits down here with poached eggs and waffles and teapots. It's very well crammed in there, and an actual working fire with many colours down here somewhere. I don't know if you can see it. And it's got a little handle that doesn't work very well. I must admit, it is very bit wonky, and I have spoken to other people about it, and yeah, even they've had little problems with it as well. But no, it's pretty cool. It is very cool. And you get this random fire bit here. I have no idea what that's supposed to be a reference to, but I'm sure people can tell me. But yeah, no, it's pretty cool, and loads of figures in it as well. Loads. Bricking it, you will love it because I think they got your better hairstyle.
Yeah, it's just full of all of the gingers in that one.
All the gingers. All the gingers.
Yeah, the best set.
So
Multiplying.
So many of them.
That hairpiece on the left is quite nice for you, Chris.
God.
Hang on a second.
Well, my hair's not that long now. I've only just redone my whole minifigure to the new hairstyle.
Is it even legal to have that many ginger characters in a Lego set?
I think it is actually pretty illegal, to be honest. Yeah, I think there's a lot of illegal techniques in here, especially with the hair pieces. I think it's very wrong. And then obviously then you get some normal people in here as well.
Yeah. I like it.
Oh yeah, and the front opens up. There you go.
There you go. He's not really ginger then. They don't make that piece in ginger, but as close as I could get.
So I've got 2 questions to ask. One, Chris, why does your figure not have a face? And Eric, why does your figure, your avatar, have a little nose? What's all that about?
Okay, you go first, Chris.
Mine is because I haven't seen anyone else that's done that.
Innovation that is.
Well, it's to try and create an identity, because I always find it quite funny when I watch a lot of YouTube things. Everyone's always like, face reveal at 10,000, face reveal at, like. And I kind of thought, well, why don't you have a minifigure that doesn't have a face? Yeah, it just looks kind of cool. And I just, I don't know. I just thought it looked, weird.
I think the skin color one looks more freakier.
Yeah, that looks really weird. But with this, it just, I don't know. It works. It just looks kind of, I don't know. I really don't know.
Oh, I like it, mate. I am a fan of it. I'm not knocking it. So, Generic, over to you. Tell us a little bit about your avatar.
Mine, I don't really know how to explain it. So I didn't really want like an actual Lego face. This isn't a Lego face that you can get, obviously. But if you type up Lenny face, it's quite a meme. It's something, it's like a meme, but it's like a kind of a bit of a troll and a bit of sort of being a bit, I don't know how to explain it, sort of being a bit kind of on the nose and being a bit sarcastic and sort of cheeky kind of thing. It's a bit of a age-old sort of meme, and it's quite a common meme as well, so kind of generic stud type thing. So yeah, I don't know. I
like it because that's the thing, though. Because I was looking at it today and I thought that's unusual. That's kind of non-standard, non-generic. And I thought, that must be why he did it, I suppose. But maybe I'm looking at it way too deeply.
To be honest, I just searched up minifigure face, just copied the first one, put it on. But if you want to go into depth and like look at some of the psychology behind it, feel free.
Yeah.
Really
That's what happens as you get older. You kind of think, why did he do it like that?
Sean's doing it in the chat. Come up, there you go. That's the Lenny face. Sean's done it in the chat. There you go.
That's my face.
Oh, I like it. I think it's very cool. So generic, you've come out with some good videos recently. I have to say, I've been very impressed. Anything in particular coming up on your channel soon, or just tell us what you've just done recently?
So I just started working on a video today. I just started scripting it. It's about Lego Ben 10. I don't know if any of you know of Ben 10.
Oh, no.
With the big what?
A video on that.
I remember those sets when they came out. Those were the days.
Rogue, I've never heard of them. I've heard of Ben 10, obviously, but not Lego Ben 10.
You'll have to watch the video. You'll have to wait for it. You know.
Okay, I look forward to it. I have to say as well, generic. I really like your sense of humor as well. It's very good, and I've only come across one other channel that's a bit like that in around here, and that's Doc Samson. So
Sans is quite weird as well. Sans is humor.
Sans is Sans. I mean, Sans is profound. He's very funny. He's quite profound.
Just taking a selfie in the chat, guys.
Show us your selfie.
Oh, that is cool.
Generic Stud, would you agree with the view that Lego Bionicle has nothing on Lego Ben 10? I think it's very fair.
Lego Ben 10 is like, it's like Lego Ben 10. Seriously, the best theme ever. Have you seen? Oh, amazing. I'll tell you what, in my video, a bit of statistic work that I did is I looked, and Ben 10 at one point in 2010 was more popular than Lego, Star Wars, and Marvel at the same time. It's like, it's nuts.
Oh, that's incredible.
Ben 10 does have a massive following, or used to anyway.
It still does, I think.
That's pretty cool. All right, well, that's good stuff, mate. That sounds very very cool. I look forward to that. I genuinely, honestly, folks, there's a lot of people out there in the chat that I love watching their channels. Cy O'Connor, for example, I think his stuff is brilliant. And you know what? All you guys out there, Brick Clicker as well, does some good stuff. On the news. Then check out each other's channels, folks, because that's exactly what this channel is all about. It's all about community. It's not about me and all about me and never talking about anyone else or anything like that. It's about the sort of the celebration of, one, it's Friday, and two, we've got a blooming good Lego community on the go out there. So anyway, do check each other out, folks.
Yeah, would you like to respond to Brick Clicker's latest statement?
I just read that, and to be honest, I can't dispute that. He's right. He's completely right.
He says Ben 10 will kill Ninjago.
We could do a really cool Ben 10 watch with the dot sets. You should do that.
Oh, yeah. That's a nice idea.
Yeah, they could do some like some of the unusual old prints for all that. But anyway, Rogue Runner, what's coming up from you? Are we going to have some? How can I put it? Some classy, some Venator classy video.
So tomorrow, my clone collection video is finally going up, although I twisted it into my top 10 Lego Star Wars clone troopers in my collection, for my own opinion. That's going up tomorrow. I'm aiming to get the Venator out on Sunday. I can't guarantee it, so it might be pushed back a week because I just want to make sure I get enough done to then justify an update. I've not done too much in it this week, and that's my own fault, so I'm trying to get enough progress done and respond to the things I said I'd do, like fill in the gaps, for example, work on the command bridge. That might be pushed back a week. I'm not sure. But, in the next week, clone collection video, rambles videos. There'll be a video on Star Tours coming very, very soon. So expect to see that. And doing more Star Wars thoughts videos. Maybe some Disney bits here and there. Who knows? But that's what's coming up on my channel. Thanks for having me on the stream. It was a really fun time.
Oh mate, I loved every minute of it. I love you being on here. It's good stuff. So I think who else we got coming on here? Chris, what's coming up from you, my friend? Now bearing in mind you've got about 2 minutes because you do way too many videos for my liking.
So I launched my I did my city update today. That's my most successful videos. Go check it out. Do a haunted house mock. I think it looks pretty cool. Then Monday, I have the Nissan GTR review. Tuesday, I have the Dio review. Wednesday, I have a haul video. Thursday, I am going to do worst to first of the CMF Series 1 series.
Sorry.
Friday, I am then going to be doing another city update, which involves the DeLorean. So, yeah, there you go. That's next week.
That's going to
This
be
is
good.
next week, and then obviously lots of live.
There's at least one good video in there, folks. No, I tell you what, folks. If you want to see someone who's pushing out, he's either got a very, very understanding wife to be, or he's got too much time in his hands. But young Chris over here, he's pushing out some absolutely brilliant content. He really is. He's like a young Jang Bricks. He is.
I wouldn't go that far.
Honestly, mate,
I'm
you
gonna
are.
change it to Ging Bricks after tonight. I'm gonna rechange my channel to Ging Bricks.
We've got someone new in the chat. We've got Toho of a Tome. I hope I pronounced that correctly. Welcome, Tome. But no, honestly, folks, Chris does some brilliant stuff. He really does. I love his stuff, and yeah, and we're doing lots of collab stuff together. So
we've got a lot of live streams coming up as well with the community live stream. That's going to be soon, isn't it? The 72-hour one.
Yes, well, that's not next week. That's going to be the week after.
Yeah.
Which I'm looking forward to doing. Because
as well, Bricklicker did mention, and the Clicker and Stud podcast on Sundays. I've been on a couple. They're really fun, so they're always fun to watch.
Yeah, they are. I what's named him as well on that one. Let me see. Oh, there we go. Do a bit on that as well.
Yeah, they're really great guys, and I've had fun being on their podcast, so make sure to check that out on Sunday.
Yeah, I would know. I'm invited. What figure was that, Chris? What figure was that? Was that
that's IG11?
88.
IG11.
Is it 11 or 88?
Basically, the same figure.
He's pretty cool. He doesn't look like he's got the arms to be able to hold that gun up, but that's stud shooting.
From a bounty hunter battle pack last year that came with loads like
All on boss. IG11.
So over to me now, I suppose. What's coming up from London Bridge Bricks? Well, I'm going to be doing a bit of collab work with Chris. We're going to be doing the Jaguars. I've got to apply some stickers to that tomorrow morning. I think we're going to. Are we getting together tomorrow or Sunday? Yeah, I think it's tomorrow night. We'll have a chat in a minute anyway, folks. But that'll be out maybe Sunday or Monday. Then Tuesday. What's happening Tuesday? Well, I think it's going to be a magazine review on Tuesday, and then Thursday there'll be my latest Lego haul, folks. And maybe in and around that, there might be the odd speed build and the odd review as well. I've got a bit of content, a little bit of extra stuff to throw out there. So anyway, so watch this space. And I hope, actually, I did a compare this week. I never done a compare before. I compared the 2019 Ferrari with the 2020 Ferrari. And so do check that out, folks. That was quite a fun one to do, actually. I've never done a compare. So let me know if you enjoyed watching the compare. But anyway, so there's that. That's kind of what I've done. And that's stuff that's coming up. And it's pointless him doing a selfie. Your face. I can even see where he's pointing it if he hasn't got eyes.
He's force sensitive.
He's force sensitive. Oh. Anyway, folks, that's pretty much 3 hours, 7 minutes, and 15 seconds of bags of fun on Lego. I've really enjoyed being here tonight. I'd like to say thank you to my panel, Darren, Chris, Generic Stud, Rogue Runner. They're all good chaps, folks. That's a bit more like it, Chris. That's much more like it. It really is.
I'm going to my ballet recital, as we were on about earlier.
Honestly, I think it looks fantastic. Hey, that could be your new Sigfig version 2. Forget about the way.
What do you think? Yeah.
If you ever go into drag, like your Sigfig.
Yeah, my Sigfig's going to be on series 11 of RuPaul's Drag Race. So
Here's an idea for you, Chris. You should put your Sigfig in each of your series and kind of have it with whatever one is your favourite one and dress it accordingly.
That'd be pretty nice. I did do a Harry Potter one at one point with the glasses on, but sorry for the Harry Potter one.
Oh, well, look, I'd like to say on that note, folks, I want to say thank you to everyone out there in the chat. I'd also especially like to say thank you to Si O'Connor. Now, ladies and gentlemen, next week, Si O'Connor should be, fingers crossed, He'll be on London Calling next Friday. Now, the Friday after that, there won't be a London Calling because there's the 72-hour community stream. So I won't be streaming when that's on because obviously I want everybody to be watching the community stream, which is what it's all about. So yeah, on that note, I'd like to say thank you to Si, obviously, for being there in the chat. Sean's Lego channel, Tech Productions. He's been here for ages. We've got the brilliant Brick Clicker. We've got Toa of Tome. Thanks for coming by, Toa. It's been really nice having you here. The Lego Paul. Always love you having here the Lego Paul. Do some really good stuff. Love your stuff on Instagram as well. Brilliant. And obviously, Brett Builds as well. He's been here for ages, folks. And if you want to see or find out anything about building trains, Lego cities, do check out Brett's channel, folks. It's a really cool channel. Darth Raptus as well has been here and won with the start. Now, folks, I am going to be one with the end of this stream. Thank you so much for watching. It's been great. And always remember, folks, keep calm, keep clean, and keep building. And Lego is a wonderful thing. And every single one of you lovely people out there is as well. Bye for now. We'll see you next week. Have a great week, folks, and see you all soon. Bye for now.
Bye.
Bye.